Hey everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot, and these are your 7/7 portal messages. I'm going to begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel here, ending at Pisces. Timestamps, as always, will be in the description box. I've set the intention of this reading to be for your Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus placements, so you're welcome to look at any of them. If you're not sure what your placements are, also in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site. Make sure you scroll to the bottom of that page once your birth chart populates. It is available in PDF form. That means that you can download it to your phone or your computer, in this way that you have it for the future when you need to reference it again. The 7/7 portal this year is a bit different. It's going to coincide with Uranus transiting out of Taurus and into Gemini. It's going to be a bit of a shock for most of the zodiac signs, and it will impact each of us differently, like individually speaking. And that's because Taurus is a very fixed earth energy, and Uranus has been there for like the last 7 to 8 years. It takes that long for Uranus to transit through a sign. So now that it's transiting into Gemini, it's going from fixed earth to mutable air. So things will start speeding up. It's going to dip back into Taurus in November of this year. And then in April of 2026, it'll go direct again into Gemini, and it'll be there till 2032, 2033, something like that. So huge, globally speaking, huge technological communication, AI, et cetera, advances over the next 7 to 8 years. But this time period from 7/7 until November is going to kind of just be like a little bit of a trial for most of us to get acclimated, to get used to. Uranus in Gemini, and then when it dips back into Taurus, it can go twofold. For some of you, it'll be a period of reflection between November 2025 and April 2026. Like, okay, am I doing things right? Did I adjust to this change correctly? Is there anything that I want to fix or anything like that? It's almost like a period of review. For most of us, again, just to kind of get acclimated to that change. And then for others of you, when it dips back into, because you're going to be feeling so good because things are going from fixed earth to mutable air and moving a lot quicker. For some of you, that period from November to April could be a bit of frustration, like, oh my God, I thought I was making all of this progress in whatever house this transit is going to affect for you. Again, it'll be different for all of you. So then that period from November to April of 2026 could be a little bit of frustration. But for right now, let's just focus on this transit. Again, bit of a shock and awe for a lot of the fixed earth signs, but really or I shouldn't say fixed earth signs, any of the fixed signs really, as well as the earth signs. But I think for everyone, it's going to impact you differently. So make sure you take a look at that birth chart. It's going to be really important that you do that so you know what house directly this is going to impact for you moving forward. So we're going to start with Aries, work our way, like I said, around the zodiac wheel, ending at Pisces. Keep in mind, it's a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else of your sign or your sign's placement. So just take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. And of course, if you'd like a one-on-one live Zoom tarot reading with yours truly, please visit my website, thetimelinetarot.com, for more information. With all of that said, let's begin. Hello, Aries. Let's take a look at your 7/7 portal message. What does Aries need to know at this time? For Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Aries, we have for you responsibilities, and bottom of the deck, we have hopes. Tell me more about responsibilities here for Aries. What do they need to know about responsibilities? What does Aries need to know about responsibilities? For Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Bottom of the deck, we have Hangman. I almost feel like for some of you, you're torn between the responsibilities you have in your life and like your hopes and dreams and wishes. It's almost like you feel like you can't do both, or you feel like your responsibilities are restricting you from following your dreams or something like that. It's like, I don't know, I'm the responsible partner, I'm the head of household, and while I'd love to quit my 9 to 5, I don't know, Wall Street job, just an example, to go off and be an artist, I can't do that because I don't think that'll make the income that I need, right, to be head of household, to support my family. So there's just something here like that. Or I've been an accountant for 30 years and I'd love to just become a sous chef, and follow that dream, right? Follow that hope. But I have too many responsibilities right now. I can't just like change course. So I feel like some of you could feel restricted at this time. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. First card out we have is the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I think you're desiring the new. Three of Swords, Chariot, and the King of Cups. It's almost like it's breaking your heart in some way, or it's emotionally impacting you that you can't move forward towards this hope, this dream, this wish, this fantasy that you have. Bottom of the deck, Five of Swords, a lot of internal conflict, Six of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. I feel like there's a fire within you, whether you're masculine or feminine here. It's almost like I gotta find a way out of this. I have to find a way to mitigate these responsibilities while still being able to take the courageous, inspired action here of the Queen/King of Wands to go after what it is that I want. So I kind of feel like right now the only thing holding you back is you. You could be very much in your head about this. Five of Swords plus the Three of Swords is 8 swords. So it's like I want to go towards the new, like as quick as I can. If I didn't have all of these responsibilities, right, I would already be in the new. That's the feeling. But I can't because I'm beholden to these responsibilities. So it's almost like choosing between, choosing between like the life you have and the life you want. And it's almost like dealing with reality versus my dream. I almost feel like some of you feel like you can't pursue this dream or it's unattainable right now, right? I have too many responsibilities. I can't just, I don't know, launch my own business. Yeah, I can't just go after wish fulfillment. I have too many other responsibilities here. Tell me about the Three of Swords. What is this Three of Swords? I feel like you're breaking your own heart by doing this. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Three of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Wow, you're really stuck here. You're stuck at this crossroads. Some of you've been here, you know, in this position for up to the last year. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups. Yeah, do I walk away from this or not? I feel like this is a situation, environment, connection, maybe even like a family unit, or it could even be a community group that you volunteer in, but it's almost like I'm responsible or I have responsibilities when it comes to this. I've invested a lot of time here. A lot of people depend on me. And I can't just up and leave and go after what I want. But at the same time, you don't even know if you want to invest in this anymore. It's become boring. Very interesting energy. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. I feel like this is the new life choice, the new career path, the new, you know, situation, the environment, the connection you've always wanted. I mean, hell, I could be speaking to a single Aries where you either want to open up your heart to find someone new, or maybe you have identified someone new and you're like, wow, I would really like to be in a relationship with that person or even try that relationship. But I don't know, I have way too many responsibilities. You know, maybe I'm a single parent. I've got kids. I don't know if I have time to get involved with someone new. There's just something here like that at play where you're like, I have all of these responsibilities, even though it's not fun, it's not enjoyable. I really don't even know if I want to continue doing them or doing them the way that I have. And I have this shiny new opportunity here that I think could be successful, right? Chariot to the Six of Wands. Tell me more about the new here for Aries. Tell me about the new. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the Sun, oh my God, and the Four of Wands. This would be, you know, literally you walking through a portal. I know it's called the 7/7 portal reading, but that Four of Wands is like a portal. It's like a new gateway. And this new beginning, you feel like in time, right? Maybe within the next year, because the Sun would be like a cyclical, like 1 year. It's almost like I know if I go in this direction within 1 year's time, or by next year this time, I would be really happy. It would be successful. It would be nurturing, right? We've got 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles here. So the new is your hopes and your dreams, your fantasy. This is, you know, this is something or someone that you really want, but you're tied to this out of responsibility, out of obligation, out of commitment, maybe even out of loyalty. Pentacle energy sometimes could show up as loyalty. All right. King of Cups. I feel like at the end of the day, it looks like you're going to make a heart over head decision. So tell me about this King of Cups energy. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The King of Cups is being clarified by strength. The Eight of Cups, yeah, and the Ten of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. I think you're going to move towards the new. I don't know if you're going to do it immediately, like today. I'm recording this literally as Uranus is moving into Gemini on the 7/7 portal. But I feel like probably in August is an opportunity here. I don't know if you're going to take it. Some of you will, some of you won't, right? At the end of the day, you have the divine gift of free will. But it's almost like you're holding yourself back for now And it looks here like with the 8 of Cups to the 10 of Wands, you are going to move towards the new. I think you're going to allow your heart to lead the way. And I say that because I have 8 cups here, plus the cup that the king holds is 9 cups. So I do think you move towards wish fulfillment, whatever this is, the career path, the job. It's just maybe up until now, it hasn't been the right move for you because of these responsibilities or obligations, or something here has been holding you back. But I see here in August, yeah, you're going to spin, you're going to spin this Wheel of Fortune forward, make the judgment call that despite any doubts, fears, reservations, I had called the 8 of Swords here, right? That 3 plus 5 earlier. I think you're going to put an end to whatever this is and now make your way into the new. So it just seems like it's been delayed here for quite some time. So that's what your 7-7 portal message is. It's the universe saying to you, you know what? We see where you're at, Aries. We know what you want. We know that it's difficult for you to take that leap of faith. But if you give it time within the next month, it's almost like the universe will be aligning with you. Something will be happening that gives you the opportunity or the doorway or that 11-11 portal gateway to move towards a new. Now, remember, you don't have to do that. You do have the divine gift of free will. But it looks like there's an opening here in August to move towards the new. Whether or not you want to take that will be entirely up to you. That's what I have for you, Aries. That is your 7-7 portal message. If you like that message and it resonates with you, I was going to say renovates. Maybe for some of you, this is considered like a life renovation. that could very well be it. If you like that message and it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Taurus. Let's take a look at your 7-7 portal message. Now, Taurus, this portal is coinciding with Uranus, transiting out of your sign and into Gemini. So it's going to be a bit of a shakeup for you because you are fixed Earth energy. And suddenly now this, magnificent planet, huge planet, is now moving into Gemini, which is fast-moving, mutable air energy. So it might take you some time now to get acclimated to this change. I also think some decisions that you've had that maybe you've been sitting on for a while, I don't want to say you'll be more quick because it sounds like you're slow, and you're certainly not slow mentally in that respect. But maybe decisions that you haven't made up until now because you've been cautious, maybe that's a better word, cautious. It feels like now you're going to be able to make them a lot quicker. Tell me more about this message here for Taurus. What do they need to know about their 7-7 portal message? What does Taurus need to know for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? One more shuffle now, please, Anne. Thank you. Your message, Taurus, we have attitude. Bottom of the deck, money and finances. So it's possible here that this shift, this change during this 7-7 portal is going to change your attitude, how you view money, how you make money, what you think about money. Oh, right behind that, we have fears. So maybe in the past, there was something here about structure and stability. And you're like, well, I can't do that, or I can't go in that direction because of structure, because of stability, because of money, because of finances, or maybe even just that fear kind of 5 of Pentacle energy, not wanting to be in lack or wanting to start over. But I feel like there will be a shift here, a change in your attitude when it comes to finances, when it comes to resources. Bottom of the deck, we've got justice. So maybe you'll be viewing money, finances, stability in a more like fair and balanced way. Let's see where we go with this. Tell me more about attitude here for Taurus. What do they need to know about attitude for their 7-7 portal message? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle now, please, Anne. Thank you. First card out, my darling, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So you definitely have a new cycle here, especially with Uranus leaving your sign. That is followed by the 4 of Wands. Again, in respect to career and finance, structure, stability. You then have the 6 of Swords. So I think a lot of you will be changing your mind, right? This is air energy. Changing your mind, how you view structure, how you view stability. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Wow, and really coming into your own power. Emperor to the Empress here. We have Empress here at the bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles, and the Justice card shows itself again. So tell me more about the structure and stability here for Taurus. Tell me more. Some of you very well could get this change in attitude when it comes to where you're living. Like maybe the home or the residence you have, you thought, well, I'm just going to live here or in this town or, in this home, whatever, until I retire or until I pass away. There could be now a shift in attitude. Oh, maybe this home, this community, the way I've been living isn't so structured. Maybe I want to move away. So for some of you, you could change your attitude when it comes to where you currently live. Like you could think, again, I'm just always going to live in this town or this state or this region of the world. And now suddenly there's a shift in attitude as Uranus moves into Gemini. And it's like, you know what? I've always considered living blah, or I've always considered moving here. Something like that. There's definitely something here of like, And I should correct myself there. It's not that I want to move to blah. It's almost like where I've been living is blah. There's almost like a realization for some of you, like maybe you need to get up and move. Yeah, some of you very well could be now heavily considering relocating between 7/7 and November, when Uranus dips back into your sign for a little bit. Tell me more about the structure and stability here for Taurus. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the High Priestess. We have the Tower. Yeah, and Judgment. Look at those heavy hitters. Bottom of the deck, we have Strength. So for some of you, yeah, you might literally change your attitude, change your mind, change your perspective when it comes to where you live. It could be like, you know, and I'll just use myself as an example. Not that I'm a Taurus, but I'm just using this as an example. You know, except for a few years that I lived in Florida after high school, I primarily have lived in New Jersey in the United States of America. And if I were a Taurus, maybe the thinking was, I'm always going to live here. I'm going to retire here. My friends here, my family's here, et cetera, et cetera. And now suddenly in the 7/7 portal, you're like, you know what? Maybe I want to move to California. Maybe I want to move to Rome, Italy. You know, there's something like that here. This shocking realization of maybe I just don't want to live here anymore. I think you're going to keep it a secret. I don't think you immediately go out and tell everyone, hey, I think I'm moving to ABC, or I'm thinking of moving to this region of the world, or this state, or this country. But there definitely is internal contemplation here, making that judgment call that for some of you, maybe it literally is time to move. For others of you, this very well could be a change in job. Maybe you thought that you were going to make money in this, you know, career path or in this type of industry, and now suddenly you have a change of attitude. It's like you wake up one day and you're like, well, I've been a teacher for 35 years. I don't want to be a teacher anymore. You know, I want to go off and, I don't know, do something else. Become a sous chef, become an accountant, you know, become a painter. So you very well could change your attitude when it comes to your living situation, what you do for a living. For others of you, you may have stayed in a relationship because you thought it was structured and solid and you had some fears about moving on from it. And then suddenly you're going to have a shift in attitude that says, you know what? I don't want to be in this anymore. This relationship is not as stable as I thought it was. So there's definitely a shakeup here for the Taurian collective when it comes to their stability. How that's going to affect each of you, you know, individually will be different. But the one thing you all have in common, you're no longer viewing structure and stability now that Uranus is moving into Gemini the same way you viewed it when Uranus was in your sign for the last 7 to 8 years. Tell me more about this moving on, moving away here for Taurus. What is this all about? Clarify this Six of Swords for Taurus. One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. Six of Swords is clarified by Nine of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles, right? There's your structure, stability. I think what some of you are realizing, that Seven of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles, structure and stability has been holding you back from living where you want to live, or doing what you want to do for a living, or seeing what other options are out there in love. I mean, I could be speaking to a single Taurus where you're changing your attitude when it comes to relationships. You know, I could be speaking to a single Taurus where you're like, you know what? I'm ready to settle down, or I'm ready to find my life partner. You know, I don't want to be single anymore. I want to see what else is out there. Am I nervous about it? I am. But I want to take the inspired action to go out there and, like, quote unquote, find my person. So total shakeup here for the Taurian collective in a good way, changing your attitude in a good way to see what other options and choices are available to you when it comes to house and home, career and finance, and for many of you, even love and romance. Let's clarify this Justice card. And some of you could even just be changing your attitude, and maybe you're not changing where you live or your relationship, but you could be changing your attitude like, I work too much. I have too much work in my life and not enough play. And that Justice to the Eight of Pentacles can now be shifting a little bit more into air energy of, like, I want to have a little bit more of a dualistic nature to myself. I don't want to be all work, no play. I want to find balance, healthy balance. Justice to the Eight of Pentacles. Tell me more about this Justice card here for Taurus. Tell me more about Justice. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. And I think why we have the Tower there, because it's an internal revelation, but it's coming up as a Tower because if you would have asked yourself 7 or 8 years ago, Taurus, do you see yourself leaving this profession, this career field, this living situation, this relationship? You would have been like, no way, no way. It's structure, it's stable. So that's that Tower moment, is the shift in perspective. Like, yeah, I really can change things. Justice, we have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. I think what you're realizing, bottom of the deck, Two of Wands, I kind of want to see what else is out there. I've held on to this. out of fear of loss or because it offered me stability or something like that. But I've done the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I think you're changing your attitude here. Like I said, for some of you, you may want to have a healthier balance between work and play. For others of you, you're going from single to coupled. From others of you, you're going from coupled to taking a relationship to a higher level of commitment because it's like, you know what, it's time. So there's something here in your life. And again, how this transit is going to affect you will be different depending on your birth chart. And if you don't know what your birth chart is or what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Actually, I want to get advice here for you. So you click on that link, you go to the site, you enter in your data, you receive your birth chart. Make sure you scroll down to the end of that page because then it's in PDF version. You could download it. Take your time to read through it. See how this Uranus transit out of your sign into Gemini is going to affect you, what house it affects. And that'll give you a better idea how in the next 7 to 8 years, this is going to radically shift for you. Like I said, going from single to married, going from partnered and dating to getting married. Maybe for some of you, you're going from married to getting a divorce, or changing your career path in general. There definitely is a change in attitude of what was once structured or stable or where I thought I would always live will be radically changing for you. And it really does all begin now in this 7-7 portal. So let's get 3 cards of advice here for you, Taurus. 3 cards of advice here for Taurus. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. 3 cards of advice. Hangman, Temperance, and the 5 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we've got 4 of Swords. So there's almost this feeling here, 4 Swords, Page of Wands, and the 4 of Cups. I feel like I've tapped into a group of you that whatever this situation or environment or connection is, it's just no longer nurturing. It's emotionally disappointing. There's no expansive growth. You're looking for new. Your attitude is changing. You're looking for new. You're looking for excitement. You're looking for fun. You're like, I don't want to give up my stability. But that can't be all there is to life. There's got to be something else out there. So I think this starts to change for you, Taurus, over the course of the next 4 weeks. Of course, you're going to do this change in your life in a very balanced way. I don't think this is erratic energy. There is some 5 of Cup feeling of, I thought I was always going to live in this house, or I thought I was always going to be with this person, or I thought I was just going to be an accountant until the day I died. So there is some like, I can't believe I'm changing here kind of feeling. But I also think it feels good once we get into that Page of Wands energy. Again, over the course of the next 4 weeks, I think you start to get a little excited to see that, new career path or new opportunities opening up for you here. Really looking at that 7 of Cups and going, wow, I could live anywhere in the world, or I could really do any profession. And again, if this is love, it's like, wow, there are a lot of soulmates out there. It's almost, you go from this period of, I no longer want this, to 4 weeks of, I really need to contemplate if I want to make this move. Again, it's, you're on shaky ground here. I don't blame you because you are fixed earth energy. But once you start opening yourself up to these possibilities and that Page of Wands energy, it actually, you start getting a little fire in your belly and you start to become pretty excited about the new. So whatever that is for you, Taurus, like I said, it'll be different for all of you. But your advice here is to just like take your time, feel your way through this, and yes, have some excitement in that Page of Wands energy to just explore what else is out there. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. Your 7-7 portal message appears here to be that your attitude in respect to your money, your finances, how you make it, your stability in career and finance, or where you live, or maybe for some of you, even your connections, appears here to be changing. And for some of you, it's going to come as a surprise. Absolutely. There's going to be a little bit of a, I can't believe I'm even thinking that kind of feeling. But again, as you feel it more and more, I think that you will be embracing the new. It's very exciting here for you. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. That is your 7-7 portal message. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Gemini. Let's take a look at your 7-7 portal message. What does Gemini need to know in this 7-7 portal message? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What does Gemini need to know at this time? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. What do we have? We have reason. Bottom of the deck, we have main obstacle. What's behind main obstacle? Change. Okay. I feel like you're looking for a reason, right, to change something in your life. I need a reason to go in this direction. I need a reason to, I don't know, leave this person. I need a reason to move towards wish fulfillment. There's a main obstacle here, why you can't get to whatever it is that you want. I think you're looking for the reason. Like, well, why is that? Why can't I obtain that? Or why can't I bulldoze through the obstacle? Yeah, why can't I change this? Why isn't this changing? So I feel a lot of sword energy here for you, being really up in your head about this main obstacle. Tell me more about this. I just saw the devil. Okay, so a lot of negative thoughts here currently in the Gemini collective, or obsessive thoughts, I should say. Tell me more about this here for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. First card out, my darling, we have Hangman. Definitely pausing. High Priestess going within. Wow, World card to the Two of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have Three of Swords, we have Four of Wands, and we have Judgment. Whoa. I have tapped into a group of you where you are currently suspended, Hangman energy, really going within, High Priestess energy, to try to make a decision about whether or not you should close something pretty monumental out here in your life. I think whatever this was, at some point you thought like this was going to be your happiness, your wish fulfillment, your happily ever after here in this Four of Wands energy, but you're looking to make a judgment call. It's almost like acknowledging that this is unattainable at this time, or in this career path, or with this person. I feel like you're trying to weigh the pros and cons. And I'm getting the feeling here for you, and look, I'm a Gemini Sun. If it's not your reading, it's not your reading. Check another placement. But I tapped into a group of you where like staying in this the way it is breaking your hearts, but also you being the one to make the active choice to leave it would break your heart as well. And it's almost like you're going back and forth like, well, which would be worse? Staying in this and persistently dealing with a broken heart, or pulling the Band-Aid off myself, making that judgment call to end whatever this is, or to go in a different direction. For whatever reason, there's an obstacle here to your Four of Wands. And I feel like I tapped into a group of you where it's like, if I stay in this, it's going to persistently break my heart. So maybe I should just pull the Band-Aid off and go in a different direction. What is this? What are you contemplating here? Hangman to the High Priestess. I think most of you are keeping a lot of this inward to yourself. Hangman is quiet energy. High Priestess, quiet energy. So tell me more about this here for Gemini. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. We have the Sun. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Wow, and we have the Moon. Bottom of the deck, Fool card. Heavy, heavy contemplation about whether or not to close this out. Can I find fulfillment here? Will this be, you know, the career path, the job I've always wanted? Is this the relationship I really can find happiness? Am I just wasting my time? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Do I want to continue investing in this? And with that Moon card energy, you don't really know if you want to keep doing this or not. You don't even know if this is your happily ever after anymore, or if it can even be attained here. And it's almost like, well, what does happily ever after look like in career and finance, or love and romance, or whatever? And is that attainable here? So you've got a block. First of all, there's a main obstacle of why you can't obtain the Four of Wands right now with whatever or whomever this is. And I think that's why you're starting to doubt, well, maybe it's just not meant to be, right? Maybe there's a reason, right? Maybe there's a reason why this obstacle exists. Maybe I'm meant to go in a different direction. What is the block here to the Four of Wands? What is the block here? Because it's causing you heartbreak. So what is the block here to Gemini's Four of Wands? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. What is your block? Hermit, King of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Lovers. Lovers to the Fool card, to the Ace of Cups. You may have options, whether this is you have a job during the day, right? You got your 9 to 5. Maybe you thought, well, by this point, I would be manager or supervisor, or I would be higher up in the company, or I would have received a raise. And now you're like, you know what? It's just never going to come. Maybe I should just take the inspired action to pull the Band-Aid off and look to see what other jobs are out there. And at least that way, then I have a choice about whether or not I want to continue staying at this, you know, place of employment, or move towards the new. If this is a love relationship we're talking about, you may have options and choices, or you may be feeling inclined to see what other options and choices are out there. Like, you could be with an individual here, this King of Wands could be Queen of Wands. Maybe you want the happily ever after and marriage and all of that, whatever, with this person, and this person's not sure they want that. And it breaks your heart consistently that you and this person are not on the same page. So for some of you, you're considering, you know what, as much as I love this person, it's breaking my heart to stay in this connection. They're clearly, you know, not giving me what I want, or we're not on the same page. maybe I don't want to invest in this relationship anymore. Maybe I want to see what else is out there. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Maybe I want to move towards the new. Maybe I want to leave this person, take time to heal, Four of Swords energy, and see if I can find love elsewhere. See if I can find someone else elsewhere that won't consistently break my heart, and will be, you know, on the same page as I am when it comes to long-term commitment. I could be speaking to a Gemini where your person has an option or a choice here. Maybe that King of Wands to the Lovers is they have a choice between two. And maybe it's some kind of third-party situation. That's possible. I don't have a lot of indication of that, but, you know, we do have the Three of Swords. We've got three swords here hanging in the Four of Swords. The Lovers does indicate a choice. So maybe for some of you, we got the Two of Pentacles, which is juggling. So I could be speaking to a Gemini where you feel like your main obstacle to being with this person or having, you know, the happily ever after that you want with them is because they haven't made up their mind yet that they want that with you. They're still going back and forth. They're, you know, they're undecided or they haven't made a move yet. It's breaking your heart to stay in the third party situation. And you're like, you know what, maybe I just need to get out of this and heal and then move on and try to find my own person or, you know, another person. So there's an obstacle here to you getting this Four of Wands, whatever that structure and stability looks like to you. Again, career and finance, love and romance, could even be your living situation. But I've tapped into a group of you where one, there's a bit of frustration here because Geminis don't like to stand still whatsoever. So there's a little bit of frustration of, I just want to know what the reason is. I just want to know why the job is not compensating me properly. I just want to know why this person doesn't want happily ever after with me. I just want to know what the hell the main obstacle is. It's like if I know what the main obstacle is, then I know the decision to make. Okay, this job and I are not on the same page. This person and I are not on the same page. But whoever this entity is, the boss, the lover, I don't know, it could even be the friend. They're quiet. Hermit to the Four of Swords. They're not telling you anything. And I think that's why you're having to do this deep dive within. Because it's like, well, I'm not getting anything out of the boss. I'm not getting anything out of the lover. I don't know what to do here. Main obstacle, change. Yeah, I don't. It's a very emotional decision. Yeah. We've got the emotional card right behind that. So I don't know how to change this. I can't go to work and suddenly start showing up as the manager. I can't connect with this person and suddenly start showing up like their spouse, you know, if they have a spouse. There's just something here of like, I can't change this on my own. This person's not really giving me a reason. I'd love to know the reason because then I could definitively, you know, make my decision. But if this person's not going to talk, then I just need to take time here to figure out what I'm doing. Six of Swords, strength. I'm just going to hold myself back until I make the decision here about whether or not I'm going to move away from whomever or whatever this is. Tell me about the World card, about this ending here. You're heavily contemplating this ending. And I almost feel like for a percentage of you, you're like, just do one thing. I know you, Gemini. I'm a Gemini. It's almost like if I go to work and that boss is just one more freaking thing to me, I'm out. It's also, I also have a group of you where you want to leave this behind, but you don't want to be the one to fully rip off the Band-Aid. Like you're looking for that entity, that person to give you a reason to pull the Band-Aid and go, you know what, F it, I quit. So it's like almost like I could do it on the spot. Pull off the Band-Aid and then I'm done. I'm done with that friend, that family member, that lover, that boss, that job. So yeah, for some of you, it's like, just give me a reason. Just one more thing. Just one more thing. Tell me about the World card here. Tell me about the World card here. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. And I'm not going to lie to you, in that Two of Pentacles energy, some of you have been considering moving on from whomever, whatever this is, for up to the last 2 years. So this is not some new revelation for most of you. It's not some new experience. You've been going back and forth for quite some time. The World card is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. Do I hang on? Eight of Cups. Or do I walk away? Do I hold on or do I walk away? And then the Death card. Do I end this or do I rebirth this? Bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles. I feel like in the interim, oh, Six of Pentacles to the Queen of Swords. Right now, you're giving some way. Energetically, emotionally, you're still showing up at work. You know, you're still showing up in the connection. Energetically, you're still giving, but it's cold. Queen of Swords to the Six of Pentacles. You're giving like just enough to the job so you don't get fired. You're giving just enough to this connection so the person doesn't go, what the hell's the matter with you? We're over. You know, I don't want to be your friend anymore, or I'm out. You're giving just enough to maintain this because you still haven't made up your mind and you don't know yet if you want to stay, hold on, walk away, move on. So that Death card energy is like, am I ending this or am I rebirthing it? So in the interim, I feel like you're giving just enough to maintain it. Just enough to maintain it. So, you know, the job doesn't fire you, or this person doesn't end this connection with you. Let's get you 3 cards of advice here, Gemini. 3 cards of advice here for Gemini. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. See things very black and white, no grays, very clearly. It's almost like, and you also have to make this decision like head over heart. In that Queen of Swords energy, no matter how much you love that person, that job, you know, that living environment, it's like you need to look at this very realistically, very black and white. 3 cards of advice here for Gemini. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. 3 cards of advice. Strength, 7 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Page of Wands, Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, 3 of Wands. Be very strategic about this. Don't make any hasty decisions. The Strength card could talk about holding yourself back. The 7 of Swords card could say you need a lot of planning. There's a lot of strategy here involved. As much as you maybe just want to walk into work and you're waiting for that reason so you can go, that's it, I quit, I'm out of here. It's saying to be very careful with this. In 8 of Swords, don't make any decisions. Do you need to make a decision that's head over heart? Yes, but not 8 of Swords over heart. Because 8 of Swords is a lower octave of the devil, which we saw during the pre-shuffle. So it's like you can't make this decision with negative thoughts, fears, doubts, insecurities, all of the what ifs, you know, the negative what ifs. So there's something here about just be reserved, hold yourself back from now, and be very strategic and very logical when you make this decision. No rash or rushed decisions. Now you're going to feel the rush to do it with Uranus leaving Taurus and now entering our sign. But the advice here is like, don't do anything. Look how small this energy here is. Page of Wands, Page of Swords. It's like you need to discover more about this. You need to think about this more. You need more information about this. You need time before you take the inspired action of the Knight of Wands, 3 of Wands, whether or not you're going to walk away, stay, 3 of Wands, 3 of Cups, whether or not you're going to stay, move on. It's like you just need a little bit more information. So your advice here is to like wait for clarity. That'll come within you, not from this individual. It'll come, you know, it'll be born within you, so to speak. So I would wait for that clarity before making this decision. That's what I have for you, Gemini. That is your 7-7 portal message. It looks like there's a situation environment. For most of you, it's a connection that it's like heartbreaking to stay in it, but it'll also be heartbreaking to leave it. And I see you going back and forth here in the energy, not knowing if you want to stay, go. It's like, just give me one reason to leave. Give me one reason to throw my hands up and say I'm out. But being a dual sign, you're also continuing to give to this, albeit in little increments. So I think for most of you, you don't want this situation, environment, or connection to leave your life. I think you're hoping that it'll change, but you're also feeling the momentum of Uranus now in your sign going, I also can't wait forever. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Gemini. That is your 7-7 portal message. If you like that message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you good luck with that. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace. Hello, Cancer. If you're celebrating your birthday this week, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. Let's see how this 7-7 portal will be affecting you, or what messages we have for you. What does Cancer need to know? For Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus, what do they need to know? For a 7-7 portal. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. What do you need to know, my love? Surprise! Bottom of the deck, truth, okay? There's a truth coming to you, either from someone or from within yourself, or maybe some download from spirit, some aha epiphany moment, but you're about to get the truth on something, or clarity. What's behind truth? Family. So for some of you, it could be about family trauma, family wounds, could be a truth from a family member. So there's a truth here coming to you, unexpectedly. I can't even say that word. We are in Mercury retrograde pre-shadow, and I am a Gemini, so it's going to hit me hard. So I apologize for stumbling over my words. Tell me more about this here for Cancer. What do they need to know about this surprise truth? What do they need to know? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. I suddenly felt very, like clear. That's so weird. So when you get this surprise truth, I think that's the feeling that washes over you. It's like, oh, like now I get it, or now I understand. Bottom of the deck, Hangman. Now I see it from another perspective. Now I understand why that happened, or why this is happening. Hangman to the Lovers, to the 3 of Wands, to the Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Three of Cups, King of Wands, and the Moon. Tower, surprise. Page of Cups, surprise. Surprise truth. Surprise confession of love. Surprise confession of love. Could be from a family member, a love partner, a friend that you consider like family. Now, for some of you, this is someone you know. For others of you, this is someone you don't know. This could be like someone who, I don't know, just saw you around town and they kind of have a crush on you. This would be a surprise revealing of the truth in that Page of Cups energy that we saw. Hey, Cancer, are you available? You know, I've seen you at blah, blah, blah. And this could be someone revealing their intent to want to take you out on a date. I don't know who this King of Wands is. For others of you, it could be someone currently in your life or maybe even a past person. But either way, whether it's, you know, past, current, or future, you have someone here that is about to tell you how they feel about you. And you don't see this coming. Tell me about, I don't know even what to clarify here first. I'm excited for you. King of Wands. Tell me about the King of Wands here. Tell me about the King of Wands energy. Now, remember, we are about a week shy of Mercury retrograde. So this could be a past person for some of you. And for some of you, you could be receiving this contact right around the full moon in Capricorn on July 10th. I'm recording this on July 7th, literally as Uranus is transiting out of Taurus into Gemini. Tell me more about the King of Wands here for Cancer. One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Wands is clarified by Five of Cups, Ten of Swords, and Two of Swords. You don't see this coming. This is a past person. High Priestess. This is someone who you had an ending with. It could be a friend, could be a family member, could be a lover. There were some cutting words here. You felt rejected, neglected, heartbroken. This person may have had a choice or an option, and they, you know, I don't know, sided with your brother instead of you, or they chose this lover instead of you. There's definitely heartbreak here. For 90% of you, this is someone that you've had some kind of severance in this connection. Again, friend, family member, lover, could be a past colleague. But the connection ended, I heard fatally. So meaning when this ended, you thought it was over. Like, I don't want this person anymore. I'm never going to hear from this person again. I'm never going to contact this person again. So it looks like there's incoming communication from this friend, this family member, or this lover. Tell me about the Hangman energy here. Honestly, I think some of you, you've been waiting. Hangman, the Lovers, the Three of Wands. Knight of Pentacles, slow energy. Some of you have kind of been waiting for this person to come in with either the truth or an apology or maybe an offer of reconciliation. I definitely feel like this is a past person for 80 or 90% of you. Tell me more about the Hangman energy here. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Hangman is clarified by Six of Swords, Page of Pentacles, to the Fool. I think you've been waiting since you left this person or they left you. Even though you've moved on with your life, I think a lot of you have been waiting for this person to return. Queen of Pentacles, you've just been nurturing yourself. Justice card, Sun card, trying to find happiness without this person in your life. But I think you're about to receive a truth from this person. What is this truth? And then you'll be able to make the choice once, you know, this person contacts you about whether or not you want to accept them into your life. Now, for others of you, like I said, I have that smaller percentage, 10, 20%, where this is a new person that you're meeting relatively soon, like soon, because this is the 7-7 portal message. So maybe on or around or within that energy of the full moon in Capricorn on the 10th, could even be new moon in Leo on 7/24. But for those of you where this is a new person, you may have felt like, well, after that connection ended, I don't want to have another friend again, or I don't want to, you know, connect with a new person, or I don't want another lover. So you're going to have to take it how it resonates to you. And I guess we'll see how this plays out for you by the end of the month. But for some of you, this is reconciliation with a past friend, family member, lover. And for others of you, this is someone new. But after the ending of that other connection, you thought like, I'm just never going to find anyone else again, or I'm never going to trust anyone else again. And the universe is like, surprise, surprise, we have a new soulmate here for you. So if this is a past person, what do they need to know about this past person? What do you need to know about the past person? Ace of Cups, Strength, Judgment, and the Hermit. This person has done a lot of soul searching, and they're making the judgment call to come forward now, either to apologize to you, to explain something to you, to explain why something ended in the past. This is asking for your forgiveness. And for some of you, yes, wanting reconciliation. Again, could be a cousin, could be a lover, but there's a desire here for reconciliation. If this is a new person, what does Cancer need to know about this new person? What do they need to know about the new person? One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. If it's a new person, Page of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and Temperance. Bottom of that, Queen of Pentacles. They've been watching you for quite some time. They definitely want to connect with you, build with you, ask you out, kind of just discover and see where this connection can go. This friendship, this love ship. This could be a Sagittarius or Aries, Leo, Sag. Heavy on the fire energy here. So claim it how you want. You have someone coming in, telling you the truth about their feelings about you. If it's a past person, they're going to explain why things ended or why they're making the judgment call to return. There's an apology here, an explanation. And yes, for some of you, the offer of reconciliation. And for others of you where it's this new person, again, could be platonic or romantic, is just someone wanting to connect with you. This is a very balanced individual, most likely a fire sign. And they're desiring here to just kind of like, let's take it slow and see where the connection goes. Let's just kind of hang out and get to know one another. But either way, you have someone coming forward and dropping a bit of a surprise truth bomb on you that they have feelings for you. And again, it could be, a friend saying, hey, I still love you as my friend. And I'm so sorry that we split apart. And this is what I was going through at that time in my life. And this is how it affected our friendship, But yeah, this person's going to express to you their love or affection or admiration or respect. And you're getting a truth bomb here. For some of you, it is a family member. But right behind that, I have love and romance. So I feel like it could be either or. That's what I have for you, Cancer. I was not expecting that. So if you're looking for reconciliation, claim it that way. If you're looking for a new soulmate, claim it that way. It's a collective general reading. Either way, someone is revealing to you how they feel about you. That's what I have for you, my love. That is your 7/7 portal message. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Leo. Let's see what your 7/7 portal message is. What does Leo need to know during this 7/7 portal? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do you need to know, my dear? What does Leo need to know in this 7/7 portal? What does Leo need to know? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. What do you need to know, my dear? Intuition. Bottom of the deck, truth, okay? So if you've been struggling to know the truth about something or someone, it's possible that you will not obtain the truth directly from the horse's mouth, I just heard. Truth and sacrifice and romantic connection. So some of you have had to sacrifice a romantic connection in your life, or you're on the precipice of doing that. I feel like the reason why you have to do it isn't found in anything that this person or someone else can tell you. The truth of why you have to or have to sacrifice this connection comes from in here, comes from within. So let's get into this message here for you. Tell me more about this for Leo. It's like I can't tell you, another tarot reader can't tell you, you know what I mean? Even this person can't tell you why you had to sacrifice or give up this connection. The truth of why you had to do it or you're on the precipice of doing it resides within you. Because you intuitively know that's what you had to do, or you intuitively know that's what you have to do. Tell me more about this for Leo. Intuition here to truth. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. First card out, the Lovers. So you had to make a choice. Page of Cups, the Fool, and the Eight of Cups. Look at that. So bottom of the deck, Devil, Ten of Swords, Knight of Wands, Tower, boom. Sudden epiphany about this Two of Cups. Soulmate, soul bond connection, whether it's a friend, family member, or lover. You actively made the choice to extend your heart to this person, Lovers to the Page of Cups. You took a chance, you took a gamble on them, and then at some point you realized this is a toxic connection. I need to cut it off. This person is inconsistent or incapable of giving me what I want. And then you made the active choice to walk away. And some of you, since that happened, or if you're currently going through this, because you're all on different points of the timeline, you've been trying since the ending, you've been trying, or now if you're experiencing the ending, trying to figure out why did that person even come into my life? What did I see in them to begin with? Why did I take the gamble to give them my heart? Why did it crash and burn the way it did? Why didn't I see the red flags? And what made me walk away? Some of you are just even like, what's even making me walk away from this person? I feel like the answer you need is within. Really going deep within to figure out why you extended your heart in the first place to this person and why you decided to withdraw or retract your heart from this person. I don't think it's something this person can tell you. I can't tell you. I mean, I'm going to try now with tarot, but the answer really rests within you. Tell me about the Lovers here to the Page of Cups. Because at some point in this connection, whether it's platonic or romantic, you made the active choice here to open your heart. You took the gamble. Lovers to the Page of Cups to the Fool. Tell me more about this here for Leo. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. 10 of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Because despite any hardships in connections that you've had with connections in the past, you felt you were ready. You felt, I found someone, a friend, you know, a lover, a family I've family member I've reconnected with, whomever this person is to you. Regardless of how difficult I have found connections to be in the past or how disappointing they have been to me, I don't want to go the rest of my life without experiencing platonic love or romantic love. And so you took a gamble, Queen of Cups, whether you're masculine or feminine, holding this beautiful chalice of unconditional love, and you decided to open it, to give it, right? Page of Cups, you're giving this heart to this person. You decided to do that. So if you're wondering, well, why did I do that to begin with? I should have known better. No, you made the active choice. You were ready for love. You were ready to give love, and you were ready to receive love. I think the truth of the matter is, and if you listen to your intuition, it's like, I think you were so eager to love that when this person came along, and again, don't go by what I'm saying. If it doesn't resonate with you, check your intuition, okay? But I think you were so eager to give love and receive love that when this person came around, this Knight of Wands, masculine or feminine, you didn't want to see the red flags. You just wanted to, I'm ready for love. And now it's like, oh, wow, this person just appeared in my life after this ending I had with this other person, or you were ready. Because you were so ready, you also weren't very discerning. You were ready for love. This person showed up and you're like, I'm going to take a gamble on it. I'm going to try to have this new beginning in love. Fair enough. I've been there. So you took the gamble. Then something happened. Some of you realized, no. This person is toxic. Devil to the 10 of Swords to the Knight of Wands. They're toxic. They're inconsistent. They have some codependency issues. And I have to put an end to this. And some of you were just like, I'm not ready for love. I thought I was ready, but now that I'm in it, I'm not so ready. So for some of you, you were the Knight of Wands, where you're like, I'm ready for love. And this person appeared, and then you're like, whoa, Nelly, back it up. Can't do this. So maybe for some of you, that was the truth of the matter, where you thought you were ready for love, and someone showed up, and then you turned into the Knight of Wands. You became inconsistent. Maybe you weren't as ready for love as you thought you were. And for others of you, you were ready for love. This Knight of Wands, Prince, Princess of Wands here shows up, and you immediately opened your heart because it was like the first person that showed up once. You told the universe, basically, I'm ready to meet someone, and this person shows up, and you're like, oh my God, it must be my person. They must be sent from above, right? And then soon thereafter, the relationship started to crumble. Tell me more about the 8 of Cups here. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. 8 of Cups, clarified by 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and the Chariot, bottom of the deck, World card. So at some point here in this connection, or maybe even now, again, you're all on different timelines, you're realizing that you and this person, either you weren't on the same page in the past, or like I said, you're not on the same page now. But the realization was, this is not what happily ever after looks like. And if I'm going to take the gamble to open up my heart to another person, it needs to be reciprocal in nature. And you made the judgment call that it wasn't, for whatever reason. And you decided to close it out. World card to 9 of Pentacles. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to become independent again. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to become autonomous of the situation. And then Magician to the Three of Cups. I'll just get right back into Magician, Three of Cups, and a Star card, manifesting. Look at that, Ace of Pentacles, the next opportunity. And look, if this isn't love related, it could be career related. You took a gamble on a job. You were ready for work. You were ready to try something new. This job came along. You took it. And soon after you started, you're like, you know what? I really don't like this job after all. It sounded really good during the interview. But now that I'm in it, this is a toxic work environment. It's not fun. It's not passionate. It's pretty restrictive. And I'm just going to look for another job. And some of you did that. And for others of you, you went into this new career field or career path. And then you were like, oh my God, I really don't want to do this after all. This is not what I thought it was. So claim the messages how you want. You entered into a situation, environment, or connection because you felt emotionally prepared to do so, regardless of what transpired in the past for you. Because obviously, right, you could come out of a toxic work environment, but it's not like, well, I'm never going to work again, right? You still have bills to pay, mouths to feed. So regardless of what this was for you, situation, environment, or connection, you got to a point where you're like, I'm ready for the new. I'm ready to open up my heart. I'm ready to put in the work. The new comes along. And some of you left due to toxicity. Others of you left because you just realized, I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet for love, or I'm not ready for whatever this is. I think what you need to figure out here, though, for those of you where it's a love connection, I think you need to figure out if this is a pattern. This message is only for those, this portion of the message now is only for those of you where every time you go to open up your heart, you're drawing in the Knight of Wands, someone who's inconsistent. So there's something here within you that you need to figure out. Why is it every time I take a leap of faith into love, am I attracting the same kind of person? Same characteristics, same personality, same inconsistency, different meat suit, right? Different body. But why do I keep drawing in people like that? People that are toxic, people that are not consistent, people that betray me, people that lie to me, people that put on a good appearance, that they want stability, but then when it comes down to it, they really don't. Yeah, the Sun card. I think you got to shed a little light onto figure out the truth of the matter about why you're always attracting people like this. Again, that's only for those of you where you're attracting people like this. I think you got to figure out the truth here, so you don't repeat this again, because this is going to be a wash, rinse, repeat here, where next time around, you're going to open up your heart again, you're going to want to connect with someone, and you're going to get another Knight of Wands. So we kind of have to figure out, or you have to figure out, why am I, what is it within me that keeps drawing me to people like that? Maybe for one person watching, oh wow, this is deep. Maybe for one person watching, maybe the truth here is that you unknowingly, subconsciously attract people like this. Please don't get mad at me, because you're afraid of commitment. As much as you say, I really want a life partner, you're afraid of it because someone in the past burned your heart to the ground. And it took you a long time to rebuild it. And you don't want to feel that ever again. So there could be something subconsciously where you are attracting that type of person. Because truth be told, you're afraid of long-term commitment. Not that you don't want it, but last time you thought you had it, it nearly burned you, or nearly burned your heart alive, so to speak, right? Figuratively speaking. Wow. Okay, we just got super deep there. So tell me the truth here of the matter for Leo. Tell me the truth here. Tell me the truth here about this Knight of Wands energy. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Truth of the matter. Four of Cups. It's almost like you subconsciously attract people that will reject you, that won't be on the same page as you, because you're afraid of love. Two of Swords, Eight of Wands, bottom of the deck, the World. For some of you, that's it. For some of you, that hurts so damn bad that as much as you say, I'm ready for love, I want my Nine of Cups, my Ten of Cups, you subconsciously attract the Knight of Wands. You attract people that can't give you long-term commitment. Connections that come in fast, Eight of Wands, Knight of Wands, and exit just as quickly. And that might be a truth within you that you haven't been able to see, or you haven't been wanting to see. That's deep. If it's not your message, check another placement. I'm going to get you 3 cards of advice here. 3 cards of advice here for Leo. Maybe you're not as ready for love as you thought you were. Okay, 3 cards of advice here for Leo. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Advice. 9 of Wands. It's a pattern within you that you can't see. 8 of Swords. Knight of Cups. Holy Jesus. It's a pattern. 9 of Wands is a pattern. 8 of Swords, it's a pattern you can't see. That when it comes to love, you unknowingly attract knights. Knights are not individuals that can go the distance. But as much as you want someone who can go the distance, you don't. Because last time you thought it was going to go the distance, it didn't. Wow, this message just got super deep. If that's not your truth, that's okay. That's okay. But basically what you're doing here is you are sacrificing a true, or you're sacrificing the possibility to have a true romantic connection without even realizing that you're doing it. You're subconsciously pulling in knights, people that, you know, you got to think of, you know, let's go back time of tarot when it was just a card game and people started using it for esoteric purposes, right? Is Grandma Gertrude going to die of the plague type of thing? You got to go back to that time, 1300s, 1400s, right? So the knights were inconsistent. They went from village to village to village, conquest to conquest to conquest. So you're unknowingly drawing people who basically relationship hop, or who just, you know, that's just the phase of life that they're in. We all go through that like crazy, wild kind of dating phase. But regardless of their age, that's who you're consistently drawing in. As much as you say you want a king or a queen, because you're coming at it in queen/king energy, but you're unknowingly drawing in knights. Because at the end of the day, you're afraid of commitment. 3 of Cups, Page of Wands, Strength. So you choose partners where the love connections start off small. They don't really grow a lot after that. I think it's an active choice you're making without even realize that you're making it. Super deep message. That's what I have for you. Your 7/7 portal message here is the aha epiphany moment. The reason why I've been attracting these people is not that I'm attracting people I think are emperors and empresses and kings and queens and they're deceiving me. I've been deceiving myself. I'm unknowingly attracting these types of people because I'm afraid of attracting an equal. So last time I attracted an equal, I got burned. That's your aha epiphany moment, my love. If that message resonated for you or you found it to be helpful in some way, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. All right, Virgo, we're getting a little deep now on these 7/7 messages. So let's see what the universe has for you. What is Virgo's 7/7 portal message now? What is Virgo's 7/7 portal message? For Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they currently need to know? What does Virgo currently need to know? If you're a Leo, Virgo, Cusper, you may want to take a look at that Leo reading. That went pretty deep there in respect to romantic partnerships. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Cusper means you're born within a few days of Leo season ending and Virgo season beginning. Or if you have high Leo placements, you may want to take a look at that. We have need, bottom of the deck, conflict, and family is behind the word conflict. So tell me about this need for Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about need? Virgo, give me a second to plug that in. Actually, let me get your 4 cards on the table, but I don't want that camera to die on you in the middle of your reading. You just saw the King of Cups. So tell me more about need here for Virgo, for the 7/7 portal, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. We're going to get one more shuffle here, please. Just saw the Queen of Cups. Please and thank you. Okay, first card out, my dear. We have the Magician, your energy, Empress, Hangman, and the 4 Cups. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. So she did want to show herself after all. 8 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. And I've got the World card, the 2 of Wands, and the King of Wands to the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let me plug that in. Okay, so there we go, Virgo. Sorry about that. So You came out pretty strong here in this reading as the Magician to the Empress to the Hangman. And then we have the Four of Cups. So I feel like in respect or in regards to a particular situation, environment, or connection, or type of situation, environment, or connection, I feel like you're conflicted about what you really need or what you really want. It's almost like wanting to get into a relationship, let's say a romantic partnership, but not really knowing, well, what am I looking for in a romantic partnership? Like, what do I really need? It's like, I don't really know what I'm looking for. Am I looking for something serious? Am I looking for someone who can go long term? Am I just looking for some fun? I feel like for some of you, the 7-7 portal is going to help you resolve some conflict within yourself about in respect to what it is that you need in partnerships. I'm just going to say partnerships, whether they're platonic or romantic. Tell me about this introspection here, this Hangman energy. Why is the Hangman energy here? And it's almost like I've tapped into a group of you. It's like, do I really need a partner? Do I really need a friend? Do I really need a love interest? Like for those of you that are single, or maybe you're, contemplating getting out there and making more friends. It's almost like, do I even need that? So I feel like you're conflicted. Some of you are conflicted of, do I really need another friend or a friend? Or do I really need a romantic partner? Like, I'm doing okay on my own, Magician to the Empress. I'm okay nurturing myself. So I really don't know if I need another person. I mean, I want it, I'd like it, but I don't really know if I need it. And then if this is in respect to love, it's almost like I don't even know what I need in a love relationship. It's like you're reevaluating partnerships and connections. Tell me more about the Hangman energy here for Virgo. Why is the Hangman energy here? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Hangman energy is being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Six of Pentacles. Bottom of deck, Ten of Swords. Yeah, because you've had some hard ending here in the past. And now you're very reserved, right? There's this internal conflict. I don't really know if I want to open myself up to friends. I don't really know if I want to open up myself to having another love interest. And if I do, what kind of love interest is that? Am I looking for short term, long term, just having fun? I feel like you're pouring, or you will be, putting a lot of mental resources into this. Eight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, are you taking care of your other responsibilities? You are. It's not like you're sitting there 24 hours a day contemplating this. But there is something here about, what am I really looking to get out of connections in my life? Because I thought I knew what I wanted in the past, and the connections ended. Whether you ended them, the other person ended them. I kind of feel like this is very smart on your part. Before I go out there into the world, right, and I open up my heart again, I'm going into this book of knowledge, right, because the Queen of Cups in this deck is holding a book. I'm thinking about all of these various experiences I've had with friends and with lovers. And it's almost like, before I venture out again, I need to know what the hell I'm looking for. Or I need to know what I'm looking to get out of a connection, because I'm a bit blindfolded. I don't even know. I don't even know. Four of Cups. Why is the Four of Cups here? Why is the Four of Cups here? I mean, for some of you, it's like, I'm happy being all by myself with my pets or my farm animals. I don't really know if I need someone else. I don't know if I need the headache, right? Eight of Swords could be like a headache. I don't even know if I need the headache. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. And the Eight of Swords is also tied up, right? I don't even know if I want to get tied up in another connection right now. Three of Cups, Seven of Swords. Look at that. King of Cups. I don't even know if I want to open up my heart again. I don't know what it is that I'm looking for. This is a lot of mercurial energy here for you. This is a lot of contemplation. If you're currently in a connection, it's like, what am I looking to get out of this? Am I looking for the happily ever after? And if you're not in a connection, let's say it's romantic, right? If you are in a romantic connection, it's almost like, I don't even know what I need. Am I looking for long term? Am I not? Am I looking for my soulmate, King to the Queen of Cups? Is this person it? How do I know they're it? What are my needs? Are they fulfilling my needs? There's a lot of the gears, mental gears here turning. And for those of you not in a romantic connection, it's almost like, do I really want to risk opening my heart up again to meet a quote unquote soulmate that's, you know, it's going to end up crashing and burning? So I don't even know if I want to look to see what's out there. And same thing of his platonic connections. I don't think I've ever seen you so paused before pursuing a connection, platonic or romantic. And I like this for you because I feel like in the past, maybe you were a little too quick to enter connections. And now it's like, because you've had all this time on your own and you're realizing, oh yeah, 9 of Cups, I'm happy on my own. So I don't even know if I want to open myself up to that, right? Whatever that is. Tell me about the 8 of Swords here, and then we're going to get you some advice. So I would say to use this time to, if part of you is like, I really want to get out there and meet people or try to find my soulmate, and then part of you is like, I don't know if I want to do that. I would listen to the part of you is like, I don't know if I want to do that. Because maybe before you enter another connection or you connect with, you know, other people, even if they're just platonic connections, I think at the heart of it, you need to figure out what is it that you are looking for in a relationship, as opposed to just entering any relationship and then trying to, you know, figure out, you know, is this going to work? Is it not? Like, I think this is good. If you're pausing, if you're currently in a connection and you're pausing before you go next level, or you're, you know, you're looking for a new connection and you're pausing before you get out there to find the next connection, I think it's good that you're pausing either way. Because how are you going to be able to discern, and no, the Italian in me is coming out, how are you going to know if that person is equipped or capable of giving you what you need if you don't even know what you need? If you're conflicted over what it is that you need, how would you be able to connect with someone who can give you what you need? You don't even know what you need. You know what I mean? So I think this is good for you. Tell me about the 8 of Swords here. 8 of Swords to the 8 of Cups. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Death, strength, Ace of Swords. That's the truth. Fool. Before you take the leap of faith, before you take the current connection, a higher level of commitment, you need to figure out what it is that you need out of that connection. As opposed to not knowing, taking a leap of faith, and a year from now, waking up next to the person and going, oh my God, I'm not happy at all. I thought this person was going to make me happy. I thought they were going to check off all my boxes. How can they check off all your boxes? You don't even know what your boxes are. And for those of you where you're considering taking the leap of faith and getting out there and meeting someone, yeah, you're going to have to pause and figure out, what is it that I'm looking for out of a connection, out of a person? What are my needs? So I like this for you. I like that you're pausing. And if you're not pausing, your advice here is to pause one way or the other, regardless of like whether you're partnered or not. And again, same goes for platonic connections. There's a big need here for you to pause, 2 of Pentacles, and really figure out what is it that you need. Because the other person, whoever they are, the friend or the lover, they can't tell you what you need. You have to know what you need. That's the only way you're going to know if your needs and their needs align. You can't expect this person, whoever they are, to fulfill your needs when you don't even know what they are. You know what I mean? I hate to keep repeating myself. I'm giving you everything that I'm receiving. So let's get 3 cards of advice here for you. 3 cards of advice here for Virgo. One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I got another one for you. Because if you do, you're currently in a connection and you're just like, okay, I like this person, everything's okay, let's go next level. You very well could be, you're the one then sabotaging the connection. You're sabotaging the connection because you don't even know what you need, and now you're moving forward in a connection with someone. So, and same thing for those of you where you like, again, I hate to keep using the word need, but I mean, that's what's here on the card. If you don't know what you need and you're just going to hop into the first person that crosses your path, you're going to be sabotaging your chance at finding love or a genuine connection. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Virgo. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The World, Queen of Pentacles, and 3 of Pentacles. Yep, bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. before you continue to build the current connection, I'm not telling you to break up with the person, but before you continue building, because Three of Pentacles is we're building the foundation of this relationship with the hopes of getting to the Ten of Pentacles, right? So before you go any further in the building, in the building process of the connection, you need to be very discerning and really go within. I love that the World card, she's like opening up her cape here. You need to go within and figure out what is it that you need in a relationship, not what you want. What is it that you need? Like, you know, most plants need soil. Most plants need sun. Most plants need water. So what is it that you need? Not that what you want, but what is it that you need? And same thing for those of you, before you venture out into the world and connect with all of these possible new soulmates or individuals, before you even start the building process of the relationship, before you, look, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, even start to plant the seed here in the relationship, you need to really fully understand what is it that you need. What are you looking to get out of this, this connection? What are your check boxes? Why are they your check boxes? So move forward in the current connection or venture out there into the world looking for a connection without being conflicted about your needs. Know them ahead of time. Otherwise, you very well could end up in another crash and burn kind of scenario where the friendship doesn't pan out or the love ship doesn't pan out. But it all begins with you. You need to know your needs, and that way you can be very discerning about who you're connecting with or who you're going next level with. That's what I have for you, Virgo. That is your 7/7 portal message. Thanks for hanging in there with me while I took a second to plug in that camera. But that's what I have for you, my love. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Libra. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to take a look at your 7/7 portal messages. Remember, these are collective general readings. So just take what fits and leave what doesn't, okay? Make sure you check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And that way you can draw from each of those placements the messages that best align to your current journey, because we're all on different paths. And that'll help you to create like a little bit more of a unique or personal reading for you. What does Libra need to know in this 7/7 portal? What does Libra need to know in this 7/7 portal? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. What do you need to know, my love? Considerations. Bottom of the deck, conflict. So you have a conflict here in your life. And there's something more you need to consider. Ace of Cups, Four of Pentacles. There's something here you need to consider. What's behind conflict? Fears. Okay, tell me more about this here for Libra. What does Libra need to know about considerations and conflict? What does Libra need to know? Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Bottom of the deck, King of Swords. Well, there you are. Masculine energy, but I mean, you could be a feminine watching. There's something you need to see in respect to this conflict in your life. Very black and white, like the King of Swords. No gray areas here. Tell me more about this here for Libra. What does Libra need to know about considerations? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. First card out, Temperance, Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles, Strength, Six of Cups. So this is in regards to a soulmate, soul bond connection here in your life. I want to clarify some of these cards. There's something here about stability or money that you need to take into account, that you need to consider before making a decision in respect to this soulmate. Let's see if we can go a little deeper on this message here. Three of Pentacles. You have a connection here in your life. You don't know if you want to continue investing in it. Fair enough. Seven of Pentacles, we've all been there. I feel like Six of Pentacles, you're giving something to it right now. You do see this person as a soulmate or soul bond. You're giving something to the connection right now, but you don't know if you want to continually invest in it. Why is the Three of Pentacles here?
Why is the Three of Pentacles here for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Chariot. Judgment. Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles. I feel like you're very defensive against this person. If it's not your reading, check another placement. I feel like you started building something with this person. You thought eventually we're going to get to the Ten of Pentacles. We're going to be solid. We're going to be sturdy. But somewhere in the course of investing in this connection, we now have had conflict. Now I'm pulling back. I got to the Six of Pentacles. It's not growing because of some conflict. You're trying to make a judgment call to decide whether or not you should continue in the connection or move on from it. You don't know if you want to continue investing in it. In the interim, you're giving something to it. There's something here you're not considering. There's something here you're not considering. Seven of Pentacles. Tell me more about Seven of Pentacles. This is one of those messages, it's like it's either going to hit or it's not. So if it's not yours, check another placement. But I started investing in this. The goal was to get to the 10. I put in 3. We got to the 6. Now there's a conflict. Now I don't know if I want to keep investing. I'm standing my ground. I'm not giving more or less until I can figure out what I'm doing here. Fair enough. What is this? Seven of Pentacles. Clarify this Seven of Pentacles. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Seven of Pentacles. Three of Cups. Knight of Swords. King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands. Some of you are considering reconciling with this individual. It's like part of you wants to move on from them. The Knight is moving in one direction, but the King is looking back into the past. So I feel like I've tapped into a group of you where you're torn. I don't know if I want to continue to hold on to this connection or if I want to move on from it. What happened here? And then we're going to get into what it is that you need to consider. But what happened here? King of Swords just showed itself at the bottom of the deck. What happened here in this connection? What made Libra stall? What was this conflict? How about that? What was this conflict? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. What was the conflict? Eight of Swords, the Star, and the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. Ooh, Ten of Swords, the Hierophant. For some of you, this is a marriage. Five of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Hierophant. Either you or your person's possibly stepped out of the connection. This is going to be a super specific reading, so if it's not yours, like I said, I'm sorry. This is for those of you where you were in a long-term connection. Some of you married, some of you not, but this is definitely a long-term connection. Maybe for 7+ years, something like that. Someone stepped out. Someone wasn't sure what they wanted. Someone thought they found wish fulfillment, elsewhere, and they may have not. And I'm not criticizing you if that was you, and I'm not judging your person if that was them. It's not my place. But somebody was tempted to step out. And it caused conflict in this connection. It caused betrayal. It caused an ending. Lies, deception, the whole thing is all rolled into this. King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Sun. Somebody decided to no longer invest in this connection. Now it appears you're torn, whether you're the one who stepped out or not, you're torn. Do I move forward, try to fix this? I'm sorry, do I go back, try to fix this, or do I move forward? Interesting energy. So you're conflicted. Because of the conflict, you're also conflicted. We have fears. To the Vision card. Your fear of moving on from this connection is what's keeping you stuck. You need to focus. Your fear of moving on from this, whether you're the one who stepped out or not, is causing, one, someone here stepped out and caused the conflict. Two, now the second conflict, we're compounding the conflict with a secondary conflict of, I'm afraid now, or I can't see my way forward. So let's say I'm speaking to the Libra where you're the one who stepped out, whether this other person is still in your life or not. It's like, whoa, I'm giving consideration out to my material wealth, right? My 3 of Pentacles, my 6 of Pentacles, my 7, my 10. Because I'm afraid of losing that. So maybe I should just stay in this. Maybe I should try to fix this, even though I'm the one who stepped out. Maybe I should try to fix this so I don't lose my resources. King of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. For others of you, it's you. Like your person stepped out on you and you're here going, okay, I know what they did was horrible. I know that they cheated on me, but I'm afraid of having to start over, rebuild my life. Either way, whether you stepped out or they stepped out, this is your reading and you can't see the path forward. You're unable to focus in one direction or another because of fear. There's fear here of, if I stay, does it happen again? Do I step out again? Do they step out again? There's fear here of, if I leave, am I just going to find someone else who ends up stepping out on me, or someone else I end up stepping out on? And most of this conflict within you comes down to the Pentacles. Do I want to start over without this person? Am I going to accept this cheater, this adulterer, just so I don't have to start over? So I don't have to sell the house and, you know, figuratively speaking, blow up my life and start over. Maybe I should just stay with it. Why? Why would you want to stay with someone who chose someone else? Whether it was for a night, 6 months, a year, 6 years. How stable, regardless of the size of your house, the money in the bank, how stable are those 10 pentacles when you or they can step out of this at any time? Maybe that's what you need to consider. Maybe you're clinging to stability that isn't actually so stable. Because whoever stepped out here just showed the other one, they're going to put their own needs first. The stability is not very important to them, because if it was, they wouldn't have done this. You or them. Tell me about that 10 of Pentacles. So I think right now you're holding back. You're holding back from moving on. You're holding back from reconciling. Because it seems like you're taking justice here. There you are, Libra energy. It seems like you're taking 8 of Cups. The financial consideration here is clouding your vision. The fear of starting over here is clouding your vision. Tell me more about that 10 of Pentacles. One more shuffle here, please and thank you. 10 of Pentacles, clarified by 5 of Wands. Ace of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. Man, are you battling yourself? Do I move on from this and eventually find the new, or do I hold on to this? What does Libra need to consider here? How about that? The 6 of Cups is staring at me. I almost feel like if you had the strength to walk away from this, 10 of Pentacles, strength to the 6 of Cups, I feel like you'd have another soulmate. Like, this is not, you don't have to stay with someone that you've done this to or they've done this to you out of fear of, I'm not going to find anyone else to build with. I feel like there is someone out there that you can build or rebuild with. Yeah, that's why you're not considering. You think that this wealth or status or life that you have is like, well, if I leave it, then I lose it. No. If you leave it, you got to rebuild it, but you're not rebuilding it alone. The Fool, the 8 of Wands, the new beginning comes in quick. The new person comes in quicker than you expect. Tell me about this. What does Libra need to consider? Then I'll pull up the cards and we'll clarify that 6 of Cups. But what does Libra need to consider here? Although I think that is a consideration. I can rebuild. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups. I can rebuild with someone else. If this was a King or Queen of Wands that did this, there's a King or Queen of Cups I can rebuild. I think you're not considering that. What does Libra need to consider here? One more shuffle here, please and thank you. 2 of Cups. There's another soulmate soul bond connection out there for you. After the 3 of Swords. Yes, 2 of Wands. Yes. Page of Cups, there's new love out there for you. You don't have to stay in a connection that you're not happy in and you step out on. And you don't need to stay in a connection you're not happy in because this person is stepping out on you. There's another soulmate, soul bond connection. 2 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 2 of Wands. There's someone else out there in the world for you. New love. After this period of healing, this person comes in. Wheel of Fortune. Page of Cups, 4 of Swords, Page of Swords. New contact, communication between a new soulmate here. 2 of Cups to the 6 of Cups. 2 plus 6 is 8 after you walk away from this person. That's what you're not seeing. That's what you're not considering. You think you're going to have to do life alone after this. Take it from someone who's been there. No, you don't. No, you don't. I mean, you could if you want to. I have a friend, Robin, who after a big, separation has decided, I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my life with my friends. She's pretty affluent. She's rebuilt her life very nicely. And she travels alone, sometimes with her little friend group that she has. And she really gets to see the world. And she likes it. She's like in her 60s and she likes being single. It's just that she's always going to be that person. And she's comfortable with it. And then there are people like myself where I have found someone else who I'm quite happy and content with. So I think you're not considering that you can rebuild your life after this ending, either like Robin did by choice on her own, or like I did by choice with someone else. I don't think you have to stay in conflict. What does Libra need to, well, I already asked what you need to consider. I want to ask about this new soulmate, this 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups here. Tell me about the new here, and then we're going to get you some advice on how you can work through this current conflict. Tell me about this new soulmate, soul bond on Libra's path. Tell me about this individual. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Judgment. 8 of Wands. I told you it comes in quick. 9 of Pentacles. This is someone who's single, independent. 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. After abandoning that other connection, Ace of Wands, Page of Wands. 2 of Wands again. When you're ready, in your own time, when you're ready to get out there into the world and start dating again, boom, this person comes in almost immediately. I mean, literally almost immediately. When you're ready, when you're single and autonomous and independent of this new person is also single and autonomous of their other connection or, whatever they had going on in their life. It comes in very quickly. So that's who this new person is. This new person is independent, solid, financially stable. They've gone through something similar. They know what rebuilding life looks like because they've done it, and they've been quite successful at doing it. This is a passionate love. This is a love of travel. This is a love of discovery, discovering oneself, discovering life together. Tell me more about this new person. Tell me more about this new person. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit. Could be a Virgo or someone who's like an old soul. They've learned a lot from life. They're wise. It's an old soul. Could be someone who's spiritual. Again, we got singular energy there. Tell me more about this new person. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Knight of Wands, 10 of Cups. It comes in so fast. Page of Pentacles. They could have a child. You could have a child. This is the coming together of two people or possibly even families. This is passion. This is excitement. This is complete and emotional contentment. Something your current connection is clearly lacking, with all due respect. Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. You're the only one blocking this new beginning, stopping yourself from working on the new beginning because of the Devil, to the Ace of Cups, to the Lovers. Some type of maybe codependency with the person you're currently involved with, whether that's emotional, material. This could also be fears about having to start over, fears of being on your own. Ace of Cups, very singular energy. And then fears about finding new love in the future. Ace of Cups to the Lovers. I just, as someone who's been there, I don't know. And I guess when I was in it, I didn't realize it either. But I think something for you to consider here is why do you want to stay in a connection where if it's you stepping out, you need to find external validation or external love? You know what I mean? Like you need to find it externally from your connection. What is the point of staying in the connection? Because you don't want to sell the house? You know what I mean? So you're going to keep stepping out on your person? And if this is your person stepping out on you, why would you want to stay in that connection? For the house? Because of what it looks like to people? Why don't you believe that you deserve to be happy and that happiness is out there waiting for you? And why are you selling out the dream of being with a soulmate, soul bond connection because of a bank account? I hate to be like that, but again, when I was in it, I didn't get it either. But 5 years out of it now, I've rebuilt my life quite well, and I've met someone very amazing in that process. And I just would hate to see you stuck in something where you're going to an external source for love, or you're going to allow your person to do that just because you don't want to rebuild or you don't want to be alone for a little bit. I wouldn't want to live with such conflict. And I feel like that's all you would be doing by staying in it. Yeah. I think you're not considering the fact that you're going to find someone else. I think that's the problem. Bottom of deck, 7 of Cups. Lots of soulmates out there. You don't have to stay where you're at. You don't have to put up with this behavior or engage in it if it's you. Let's close it out with 3 cards of advice here. Deep, deep messages here for some of the signs today. Libra, Leo, Gemini. 3 cards of advice here for Libra. One more shuffle here. Please and thank you. Look what popped out of the deck. You saw it fly out, right? The Lovers, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords, 10 of Wands to the World card. If you think letting go is going to be difficult, wait until you decide to hold on to someone that you either no longer want or who no longer wants you. If you think letting go is tough, how the hell are you going to hold on to someone when they don't have your heart or you don't have theirs? Someone's got options. Someone's holding on for all the wrong reasons. Someone here is going to continue to lie and sabotage this connection. It's either you or it's them. If you think letting go is hard, you need to give some serious consideration to how difficult it's going to be to hold on to this. That's what I have for you, Libra. Pretty deep message there. But that's your 7-7 portal message. Before you do anything, give some serious consideration to the messages that came through today. At the end of the day, you're going to do what's best for you, or at least I hope you do. But if you allow fears and doubts and insecurities to cloud your judgment, I'm afraid you might make the wrong decision. So if you need to pause a little bit before you move forward, please do that. I'd rather see you do that, like as your friend. I would rather see you do that than see you make the wrong decision. That's what I have for you, my love. That is your 7-7 portal message. If you like those messages, if any of them resonated with you, or you just found them to be helpful or even hopeful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you good luck with this. Have patience with yourself. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace. Hello, Scorpio. Let's see what your 7-7 portal message is. What does Scorpio need to know at this time of the 7-7 portal? What does Scorpio need to know about the 7-7 portal? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Sorry about that, Scorpio. I started shuffling the deck here for you, and then before I knew it, we had a little bit of a brownout here. It's a pretty hot and humid day outside, so I'm guessing everyone has their AC on. So we went about 10 minutes without electricity, but we seem to be up and running, so hopefully I can continue your reading now. So what does Scorpio need to know about this 7-7 portal? What is the message for Scorpio? Maybe that's a sign. That brownout, like something that was off. Something that was off is only off temporarily, right? Kind of like my electricity, like it came back on. Right, let's see if that has anything to do with this. What is Scorpio's 7-7 portal message? What is Scorpio's 7-7 portal message here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Influence. At the bottom of the deck, we have help and we have important. Influence, help, and important. What does Scorpio need to know about influence and help? Influence and help. What do they need to know about this? Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. I feel like someone's going to need your help, or you can influence someone. Tell me more about this here for Scorpio. Someone's going to need your help. It's momentary, kind of like how the power went out. I feel like you'll be able to influence this person to make a decision here. Someone's going to need your help. Tell me more about this here for Scorpio. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. First card out, Knight of Swords, Justice, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, Five of Cups. Someone's going to need your help here, Scorpio. Two of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Four of Wands. So there's incoming communication within the next week. I feel like it's your opportunity here to help this person. Okay, tell me more about the incoming communication here. Tell me about the incoming communication here for Scorpio in the next week. One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Wands, Page of Cups, and Seven of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. What is this Ace of Pentacles here for Scorpio? Why the Ace of Pentacles? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. We have the Page of Wands, a lot of page energy, the Tower, and the Strength card. This is going to come out of the blue. We've got Death here, which is your energy, to the Wheel of Fortune, to the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you're receiving communication from someone, and they're going to be waiting to hear back from you. So you're receiving communication. Someone here needs your help. They need to make a decision in their life. They're not sure what to do. This is like a big tower moment for this person. They're confused. They're coming to you for influence. They're coming to you for help. They're coming to you to find out if they should make this purchase or go in this direction. I feel like this person looks up to you. This person looks up to you. They need to make a decision here. They're very confused. They're looking for your clarity, your insight, your advice. Five of Cups. Why is the Five of Cups here? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Why is the Five of Cups here? The Six of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. This is someone that you've disconnected from, or there was some kind of heartbreak here that occurred in this connection, whether that's like a total severance or a partial severance. It's a collective general reading. But this person who at one time triggered this Three of Swords, Five of Cups for you is now coming to you for help. There's something here this person wants to do, a decision they need to make, a direction they need to go in. It's a tower for them, but it's also a tower for you. I don't think you were expecting this person to reach out to you or to talk to you about this decision. I feel like then you're left with that Two of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Four of Wands. See, this person looks to you like you're very well balanced, or you make rational decisions, or you can manifest whatever it is that you want. This person's coming to you like you're, I don't want to say you're better than them. It's this person is coming to you because, I don't know, they think you have some power. They think you have some power, or you have the ability to like manifest the life you want or create the life you want. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you could create the life you want. So this person sees you as someone who is spiritual or powerful or very balanced. What does this person want from Scorpio? This is someone who at some point broke your heart, and now it appears here they need your help. What do they want from you? Queen of Swords. They want the truth. They want the truth. They want honesty. They want someone who can think clearly, because they're in the Seven of Cups. They're confused. They don't know what to do. So they're coming to you for truth, for honesty. Five of Wands, because of this internal conflict that they have. Yeah, Knight of Wands. They don't know how to proceed forward. That's the truth. They don't know how to proceed forward in their life in respect to a pretty monumental decision here that they need to make. So they're coming to you because they know at the end of the day, you're very logical. You can see things clearly. And you're going to be able to give them a different type of like perspective on this, almost like an outsider view. So this person trusts you. They trust your decision-making abilities. Okay? What should Scorpio do? What is the advice here for Scorpio? I think you're going to be really up in your head when you hear from this person. Keep in mind, we're a week shy now of Mercury retrograde. What is the advice for Scorpio when it comes to this person? What is the advice here for Scorpio? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. What is your advice? Two of Wands, High Priestess, and the Nine of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Death, Eight of Wands, the Chariot, Ten of Cups. Oh, what's behind that Chariot? Oh, Judgment. So remember, it's only advice. At the end of the day, you have the divine gift of free will. But your advice here is to pause and to go within before you communicate back to this person. This is happening in Cancerian season. So we only have like 2.5 weeks, right? Until we get into Leo season. So this is going to happen within the next 2.5 weeks. This person's going to come in. They have a decision to make. They're very confused. They trust you. They see that you have the ability to rebuild yourself, rebuild your life, manifest what you want. You're a very good decision maker. They're coming to you internally conflicted about, I don't know what to do about this, Scorpio. I need your help. Your advice here is to pause, Two of Wands, and to go within. Nine of Pentacles, to ground yourself, right? You're going to have to ground yourself so you can then be in your power when you communicate back to this person how they should proceed forward. But yes, before you make that judgment call on whether or not to respond to them, not to respond, how to respond, what to say, there's a need here for you to pause and go within, tap into your intuition, become grounded before you respond back to this person. Your advice here is to like respond back from a place of like being nurturing, loving, Ten of Cups to the Queen of Cups. So it's almost like if you're not capable, because I don't know who this person is to you, a friend, family member, a lover, a coworker who screwed you over at some point, an ex-boss, but it's almost like if you make the decision to respond back to this person, to help them, to do it from a place of love, regardless of what transpired here. If you can't do that, then just don't respond to them at all, is kind of the advice here. Like better to like say nothing than to say something cruel or to generate bad karma for yourself. That seems to be the message here. Six of Cups to the Emperor here. So it's like you need to really be very high vibrational, Emperor, Empress status here before you respond back to this person. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Your portal message here. And yeah, with the power going out right before your reading, I'm taking it as this is going to come in very quick. Sorry for that snap if that was too loud for those of you wearing headphones. This is going to come really quick. You're not expecting, one, that this person would reach out to you, two, that they would be reaching out to you about this, because this is very important to them and they're very clouded in their judgment. So yeah, they're coming to you for, this is very important decision that they need to make. They want your influence. They want your help here so they can then make the change that they need. They've got to overcome an obstacle in their life. The card after that is solutions. So this person is feeling trapped in whatever this important decision is that they have to make. And they are coming to you for guidance. You don't have to give it to them, but if you do, the advice here is to go within, tap into your intuition, reground yourself, and give them the response or the advice that you would want someone to give to you. Very objective, from a place of love, and not out of like any anger or rage or hurt that you have because of what has transpired in the connection. You're really going to have to come at this from a place of love, or don't come at it at all, basically, is the message here. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. That is your 7/7 portal message. Someone you don't expect is going to be reaching out to you, asking you for help. They need your influence to make a very important decision in their life. That is what I have for you, my love. If you like that message, it resonated with you, or you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Sagittarius. Let's take a look at your 7/7 portal message. What does Sagittarius need to know about their 7/7 portal message? What is their message for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? What is their portal message? What is their portal message? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. What is your portal message? Spiritual. Bottom of the deck, we have affect and we have passion. And then we have an issue. Spiritual. Tell me more about this for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. You might need to lean into your spirituality in respect to an issue that you have here. Like before you make a decision here. It's like there's a cause and effect here. Tell me more about this here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Spiritual and effect. One more shuffle here. One more shuffle here, please and thank you. Or before you make this decision, you need to decide or understand the effect it will have on your spiritual practice, on your spirituality, on your spiritual growth. First card out, Ten of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, we've got Justice, Page of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Oh, this is a lot of heartbreak here. Tell me more about this here for Sagittarius. What is this Ten of Swords, Five of Swords? What is this Ten of Swords, Five of Swords here for Sag? Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. I feel it's like seeing the ending of a situation, environment, or connection very clearly. Understanding that it was part of your spiritual path. So for some of you, you've already had the ending. For others of you, you're experiencing it now, or you're like on the precipice of experiencing it. There's something here about you understanding the effect that that connection had on your spiritual growth. Like it was, this person was meant to come into your life and they were meant to leave your life. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Five of Swords to the Ten of Swords, clarified by the Hierophant. Yes, spiritual lesson, temperance. Oh, wow. And the Ace of Swords, that is the truth. Bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. So your spiritual growth, your spiritual stability, I almost feel like your spirituality grew out of this ending. So whether you've already gone through the ending or you're currently going through it, the reason for the ending, the effect it was supposed to have on you was spiritual growth. Like you wouldn't be as spiritual of a person as you are, or maybe have a spiritual practice. Had this not occurred in the past, or, you know, if this wasn't occurring now presently, that's the truth. This hard ending, and it was hard. It was backbreaking. There could have been lies, deception, cheating. I mean, this is not a feel-good energy, right? Five of Swords, Ten of Swords. But it was a spiritual lesson for you. So there's a need here for you to look at the ending. Like I said, whether it happened in the past or now, there's a need here for you to look at it. Seven of Cups, almost sit in the stillness, the way this individual is sitting here on the card, and feeling all of those emotions, right? This is Neptune and Pisces. Feeling all of those emotions and understanding why that had to occur the way it did, right? Wheel of Fortune, like this was all part of your life plan. This all happened right within divine timing. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune here. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Like if you didn't have these hard endings, because for some of you it's plural, you wouldn't be the spiritual person you are today. So maybe for some of you, because of that hard ending or difficulty or health issue, like whatever this has been for you, that's what made you turn to spirituality, or that's what helped you to develop your spiritual nature or your spiritual connection. So don't look at that ending or those endings as, oh my God, why did that happen to me? Instead, see it as that had profound effects into making you more passionate about your spirituality, developing it, understanding it, expanding it. Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune here. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, the Celestial Weaver and the Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. That heartbreak or those set of heartbreaks made you the person that you are today. It's made you understand the power of manifestation, that you have the ability to work on and create the life that you want, that you have options and choices, and you went in the path, or you're going on to the path of spirituality. But that path would not have been possible had that setback or that heartbreak not have happened to you. Empress, it's hard to say it, especially for those of you who are like, you're going through it now, because for some of you, this is in the past. and this is just your aha epiphany moment in the 7-7 portal. Now I understand why that connection or those connections came to an end, or why I had to endure that betrayal or that upset. Ace of Swords sometimes could be medical. So there's just something here of like understanding I had to go through that because I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I wouldn't have the ability, I wouldn't even understand what manifesting means, or manifesting my life or my spirituality or my connection to God or the universe. Like I wouldn't have even went in that direction had it not been for those heartaches of the past. So it's the aha epiphany moment here that like heartache is what brought you to where you are today. For others of you, you're currently going through this ending. Same message. There's a need here to see it not as an ending, but see it as a gateway to your spirituality, to connecting more with the universe, to understanding your purpose here on this planet. Yeah, you wouldn't be the person you are today, Sag, had you not gone through that, or, you know, not currently going through that. So this was justice, karmic justice. This was a very hard spiritual lesson that you had to learn. And it's almost like now, Page of Cups to the Three of Swords, you get to start off now like at scratch, right? But you're a lot more wiser because of the heartache that you endured, Hangman. You now can see those endings or those hardships from a different perspective. So even though you're starting at scratch now, page level, you're a hell of a lot wiser than you were before you even endured this. Wow. Page of Cups to the Three of Swords. Actually, let's clarify all three of those. Justice to the Page of Cups to the Three of Swords. One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do we have? We've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Death. This was like a spiritual rebirth for you, but it would not have been possible had you not learned the hard lesson or those hard lessons from the past. Now you're structured. Now you're stable. Now you understand your spirituality. And in understanding your spirituality in the 7-7 portal, now you'll have that aha epiphany moment. That's why I had to go through that. It's seeing it from a different perspective, Hangman energy. You had to endure that to become the person you are today. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. It was a rebirth of your spirituality, or a rebirth of your connection to God or to the universe or to source. It would not have been possible had those situations, environments, or connections not happened the way they happened. That's what I have for you, Sag. A little bit of a short reading there. I'm sorry. Make sure you check your other placements. But this was pretty straight and to the point. Understanding the endings of the past or any current endings you're currently experiencing were all meant to happen in your life exactly the way they did. There was nothing you could have done differently or should have done differently, because it had massive spiritual impact on your life and on your soul and your soul's mission. So that's huge. Very deep message there for you. Short and sweet, but definitely right to the point. That's what I have for you, Sag. That is your 7-7 portal message. If you like that message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Capricorn. Let's take a look at your 7-7 portal message. I don't know if you heard that, but my washing machine just went off, so I'm going to take that as a sign. I just heard that little tune that the washing machine plays when it's done. So yeah, maybe you need to listen. Maybe you need to listen for something or pay attention to something. Okay, tell me more about this for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What is their 7-7 portal message for Capricorn? What is the 7-7 portal message here for Capricorn? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Problem. Bottom of the deck, plan. Okay, so there's a problem. You need to create a plan. We've got betrayal and we've got goal. So I feel like there's a problem that's going to occur in the energy of this 7-7 portal. I feel like you could sabotage. I'm going to take the betrayal card as sabotage. You could sabotage finding a solution to the problem if you don't plan accordingly. There's a need here for you to plan accordingly in order to solve this problem. Tell me more about plan and problem here for Capricorn. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. Could involve a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Could also be a parental figure. Tell me more about this here for Capricorn. There's a problem. You need to create a plan. Oh, and pay attention to the details, right? The way I heard that sound go off. Pay attention to the details when creating this plan to address this problem. Okay, tell me more about this. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Okay, first card out, King of Cups, Hangman. Yes, need to pause. Page of Wands, discover more information, Temperance. Create this plan that's very well balanced. Two of Wands, Queen of Swords, and Page of Swords. And then we've got the Fool card, Five of Swords. There's your conflict, right? There's that sabotaging behavior. So I feel like you are encountering a problem. Now, some of you, you're currently encountering it. For others of you, it's something new that's going to come up. You're going to be at a Y point if you're not there already. I don't know what to do about this. Instead of sabotaging whatever this is, there's a need here for you to pause. Hangman energy, discover more information, and then make a decision from a place of balance. So what is the problem? For some of you, this problem is with this water sign, this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. If not, it could just be an individual that you have esteem or affection or love for. But I feel like that's the entity that you're going to have a problem with. Tell me more about the King of Cups here. Could be Queen of Cups. I don't read body parts. Tell me more about the King of Cups here. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. King of Cups is clarified by the Emperor. Could be a boss for some of you. Hierophant could be your spouse. Someone maybe you want to marry. Nine of Swords. You're going to be really up in your head. Okay. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. So there's a conversation here. Tower. King of Swords to the Six of Swords to the Tower. There's a conversation here with this individual. It could be someone at work. Emperor to the Hierophant. It could be your spouse. It could be in regards to your marriage or someone else's marriage. Okay. And that Hierophant energy. I just feel like the conversation here kind of comes out of the blue and it has the potential to become explosive. Tower energy followed by the Seven of Wands. We got that Betrayal card, which for me is like Seven of Swords, sabotaging behavior. We already saw the Five of Swords. So when this conversation transpires here, you're going to be at a Y point about how do I respond to this person? What do I say now to this boss, to this coworker, this colleague, this client, this family member, this lover, this church elder even. Hierophant sometimes could represent, a religious institution. So whatever that is for you. What is the problem here? There's definitely a conversation that leaves you up in your head. Before you respond, you need to create a plan. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands. Yeah, this is definitely coming in fast, probably within the next 8 days. There's a goal. We need to create, what is your goal? Okay, so when this conversation takes place, instead of allowing it to erupt, because you could go off the rails on this, instead of going off the rails, pause. What is your goal with this person? Is it to keep your job? Is it to make the client happy? Is it to, compromise with your spouse? Is it to get along with this family member? What is the goal here? That's what you need to keep in mind. What is the goal? When creating a plan to solve this problem with this person, what is the plan here? Are you okay with losing this person from your life and therefore you don't care? You're going to mother F them and lose your job or fight with them? You know what I mean? What is the goal here? If the goal is to keep this person, then the advice here is you need to pause and plan your response. Or even if it's not to keep this job or this person, but you just need to compromise in the interim before you find another job or, something like that. There's a need here for you to focus on the goal. What is the goal of this connection in my life? Before you respond. So tell me about the Page of Wands to Temperance here. Because this is, we need to pause, Hangman, Page of Wands, discover what is the goal before we respond. So what is this here for Cappy? One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Swords again, King to the Queen of Swords. Yeah, 10 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 4 Swords. There's definitely a pause feeling here. 8 of Cups, 4 Swords. You're going to have to remove your emotions. This has a potential to be a highly charged conversation between you and this person. There's a need here for you to get more information before you respond. I know you're going to feel confused and very emotional. 7 of Cups, that's Pisces. That's Neptune and Pisces. You may act out. You may act out. And I feel like that's why you're receiving this message now. It's like, no, you don't have to do that. Now that you know that this is a potential, you can plan accordingly so you don't sabotage this connection. Because there's a conversation here coming that, make sure my mic is on, that could be quite burdensome. And because it's burdensome for you, and highly charged and very emotional, it can really go off the rails. Bottom of the deck, the Chariot. Yeah, Chariot could be very aggressive energy. It could also be victory. So it's like you have a choice. You could be victorious in this conversation by planning out what your response should be, or you could be aggressive and escalate this further. Yeah. So you're here in this Queen of Swords energy here. Very clear thinking. You got to look at the black and white. You got to look at the facts. None of the grays, non-emotional. You got to stick to the facts. Queen of Swords to the Page of Swords. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. Eight of Cups, remove your emotions. Four Swords, respond from a healing place. Three of Pentacles. Remember that at the end of the day, you want this to work out, for those of you who do. Three of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. You want to keep this job. You want to keep this person in your life. Or even if you don't want to keep them in your life long term, you need to come to some kind of compromise with them right now in the interim. So it's like, just remember that. Remember that you either want to keep this person in your life, or you want to keep this job, or you need to compromise with this person so you can, you know, put a plan into motion and execute it so you can solve this problem and then walk away. Like, I don't know what this is for you. It's a collective general reading. But the advice here is really strong. You're going to need to remove your emotions, come from a healed place, remember what your goal here is for this particular connection, and get facts and information and stick to the facts and the information, not the emotions that this is conjuring up for you. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for you. I want to take a look. Oh, these are your 3 cards of advice. The Devil, the Five of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. I love seeing you in your power in your readings. You need to be in your power. Walk away. In this card, Five of Cups, someone's walking away. Walk away when this argument starts or is about to start. Walk away from it. Remember to think about it, remove your emotions, and then respond back from a place of love. Again, even if you don't want to keep this job long term, I doubt you're looking to lose it in that moment, right? You would need to find another job or another housing situation. This could be an argument with like you and roommates or you and family members. You certainly don't want to get kicked out. You know what I mean? Because this could potentially really escalate. We've got a lot of verbally aggressive cards here, plus with that Chariot and the Tower. So, I mean, this can go from 0 to 100 like that. Or you can say, I need a timeout. I got to think about this. And that way you can recenter, reground yourself, just stick to the facts, right? Walk away from the argument and then respond back in love. Whether it's someone or something you want to keep in your life for the duration, or you just need to compromise with this person in the interim until you move on to something else. But I feel like you need to stick to the problem and create a plan to solve the problem. I don't feel like fighting with this person is going to solve anything. And I think that's why you need to be level-headed and cool and calm so you can make the best decision here. And for most of you, the advice I'm getting here is like you could really sabotage this connection if you don't plan your response accordingly. That's what I have for you, Cappy. That is your 7-7 portal message here. If you like that message, it resonated with you, or you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Aquarius. Let's see what your 7-7 portal message is. What does Aquarius need to know in this 7-7 portal? Now, the 7-7 portal coincides with your ruling planet Uranus leaving Taurus and entering Gemini. It was in Taurus for the last 7 to 8 years. Fixed Earth energy. It's now transiting into Gemini, which is fast-moving air communication kind of energy. It's going to be in Gemini until November. Then it's going to dip back, retrograde back into Taurus. It'll be in Taurus from November of 2025 until April of 2026. Then it'll go back direct into Gemini, and it'll be there. That planet will be in Gemini until 2032 or 2033. So aside from Taurus and Gemini, you will also feel this big bang of a shift. There might be something that you've been holding in or keeping to yourself, very fixed ground kind of energy. And suddenly now you're going to want to communicate it to the world. That may or may not come out in this reading, but I felt the need to tell you that. So something you've been holding in or holding back from, could even be a decision you've been delayed in making. Now you might feel the courage to stand up, to speak out, to speak up, or to share this. Again, because your ruling planet is going from Taurian fixed earth energy into Gemini air mutable energy. Tell me more about this here for Aquarius. One more shuffle. Thank you. What is your 7-7 message? You've got reason, and bottom of the deck, you've got love and romance, romantic connection, and partnership. You then have a challenge. So I'm going to read this a couple of different ways because we did get that partnership card. So for some of you, yeah, this very well could be a love and romance kind of reading. For others of you, it's just in regards to a partnership in your life, and that very well could be platonic or professional. So I'm going to read it both ways for you since we have both cards there at the bottom of the deck. Tell me more about this here for Aquarius. Tell me more about this for Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Bottom of the deck, we've got Seven of Wands. So I feel for some of you, you've been like in this protective bubble of sorts. Now you've had a reason why you've been that way, why you've been defensive, or why you've been holding back, or why you haven't said, you haven't said what it is that you've wanted to say. So you've had your reasons for doing that. Tell me more about this here for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. First card out, my darling, Seven of Pentacles. You've been sitting on this for a while, this decision, and you've had your reasons for why you've sat on it. Hierophant could be career related, could be in regards to your marriage. Seven of Wands shows itself again, and the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Star, Strength, and the Emperor. Wow, look at you. So I feel like there's a new direction here that you want to take. Could be in that Hierophant card, again, in regards to career and finance. For others of you, the Hierophant could be your marriage or a connection in your life. Could also be in respect to your spiritual beliefs or maybe even your political beliefs. I feel like you've been nurturing something new. You haven't told anyone about it. You've been keeping it to yourself. There's an aspect here in your life that you're feeling emotionally unfulfilled in. You now have the opportunity to go towards wish fulfillment, the job of your dreams, the, spirituality or religion you're excited about, a person. There's something here that you're like, I've been sitting in this long enough. I've been nurturing this dream. I haven't told many people about it. I've been holding myself back from taking action. That's all about to change. Ace of Swords, that is the truth. So what is this that you've been sitting on this for a while now? Hierophant to the Seven of Pentacles. Hierophant to the Seven of Pentacles. You've been sitting on this for a while, keeping it quiet. What is the Seven of Pentacles here? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Because the sevens for me in tarot are like stuck energy. So you've been stuck, like I'm not moving forward doing this. And again, you have your reasons for that. Yeah, Five of Swords, it's all been like in your head, thinking about it, ruminating about it, judgment. You've made the judgment call. You've kept it to yourself, Empress. You're Emperor to the Empress. Oh my God. Bottom of the deck, Death. I'm going to read this a couple of different ways. Remember, we've got that love and romance, romantic connection, but we also have partnership here. And then I got challenge. I just saw the challenge card. So for some of you, you're deciding to leave the current place where you work. You may have been there for 7+ years. It's no longer emotionally fulfilling. You have found another job, or you're opening up your own business. You're chasing your wish upon a star here. And you haven't told anyone about it at work. That you're leaving, or you're opening up your own business, you know what I mean? Or you're going in a different career path. I feel like you didn't want to hear it. Five of Swords, like you didn't want the headache. So you made the judgment call. You've kept it to yourself. You've been nurturing this within, right? The Empress is birthing something. So you've been keeping it within. You've been carefully planting this seed for quite some time, kind of watching it grow, protecting it, protecting yourself. You've had your reasons for doing this. It's possible someone in your life would be in the Four-Cup energy. They would not like the decision you're making. So yeah, for some of you, you've been planning to open up your own business or take your career in a new direction, but you haven't told many people. For others of you, you are currently in a romantic connection. You feel this person is your wish fulfillment. And it appears that you could be asking this person to marry you, or they're asking you to marry them. There's something here about taking the relationship to a higher level of commitment, but making the active choice, we're not going to tell anyone about this. And I don't know why that is. Maybe the family wouldn't agree. There could be something like that. But it's like, we're not going to tell many people about this. This is giving me like eloping energy. Like, hey, baby, let's go to Vegas kind of feeling. This is definitely eloping energy here. We're going to hold back from maybe telling our parents or telling other people. For others of you, I've tapped into a small, much smaller group of you where you are currently married and you've been planting seeds, so to speak, not to be vulgar, with someone else. And you've had your reasons for doing that, but you are now making the decision to end your marriage. I'm not shaking my head to say no. I just can't believe the downloads I'm getting on this. You're making the decision to end your marriage. In fact, you've made it already. You just haven't acted upon it. And you've had your reasons, right? You have your reasons why you haven't acted upon it yet. But you're ending your marriage to move towards someone else. You're unfulfilled. So whether it's the job, the career path, the relationship, you're unfulfilled. You've been planting seeds in a new direction. It's almost like you planted the seeds and now they've been, what do they call that? Like germinating, like they've been growing. Like they're not, it's like it's only taking roots, right? It is only taking root. So you had to protect this. This is like your baby. This is like your baby, like the Empress giving birth. So you've been protecting this. It's like it's not ready yet for the world. It's not ready yet for everyone to know. Four of Cups. What is this Four of Cups? What is the Four of Cups here? Bottom of the deck, the Devil. So there's a person here. One, it could be you. Devil to the Two of Cups to the Knight of Swords. This could be you saying, I need to hold myself back from communicating this idea or whatever because someone or some people won't like it. So you could be avoiding someone or people that you feel are toxic. Like, I don't even want to hear their opinion on this. So I'm not going to tell anyone until after we say I do, right? If this is kind of like eloping energy here, we're not going to tell anyone. We don't need their toxicity. We don't need them to ruin our day, right? For this love and romance, romantic connection here. So no one's going to know until we say I do. Or if you're asking a person to marry you, no one's going to know until they say yes, or vice versa if someone's asking you. For others of you, you're moving on to an entirely new career path. Devil to the Two of Cups to the Knight of Swords. This is such a weird message. It's probably for one Aquarian watching. You're going in a new direction with your career path because of a toxic karmic connection at your current job. So it's like, my job, like, I love what I do for a living. It's the kind of feeling, right? Been doing it a long time. I can do it like the back of my hand. I can do it with my eyes closed, Hierophant energy, eyes closed. I really like what I do. I don't like who I do it for. I think my boss is toxic. Or there's a colleague or coworker who's toxic. So some of you could be going back to school, expanding on skills, learning new skills, or getting applications and resumes out there. Definitely moving towards a new job. And it's not because you don't like what you do. You either don't like who you do it for or who you do it with. So it's like this person, this karmic connection is going to be the last to know. And same thing if this is a spouse that you're considering divorcing. You're seeing this person as toxic. Therefore, they have no say in your decision making. When you're ready to say, I'm getting a divorce, here's the papers, now you've been served, like that's when that person will find out. When you're ready to leave that job, that's when that person finds out. It's like not a minute before. I don't want them ruining what I've been working on. Wow. And again, you have your reasons for that. I want to clarify that Four of Cups. I was told to reshuffle, so I'm going to reshuffle. Clarify that Four of Cups here for Aquarius. One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. Four of Cups clarified by Two of Wands. Two of Cups shows itself again, and the Devil. Same message, repeat itself. There's a karmic connection here. I hate using karmic in a bad way, but, you know, it's just either someone you find toxic or difficult or someone that you feel is just not important enough at this juncture, at this state of your life, not important enough for them to know the decision that you're making. You're not happy with this person. They're probably part of the reason why you're leaving the job, the marriage, you know what I mean? Changing whatever it is here. They're part of the reason. And because they're part of the reason, they don't get to be part of the plan. They don't get to be part of the decision. Wow. I feel like you're going to voice it. In time, you're going to voice it. You're going to stand on this. It's like after the checkmate. After you get the new job, you tell. After you file for divorce, you tell. After you get married, you tell. You know what I mean? It's like the Emperor here is holding a chess piece. When you're ready to checkmate, after, oh, look at that. After you've got your wish fulfillment. after you've landed the job, the new living situation, you know what I mean? Get married, whatever this is for you. That's when this person is notified. After. Wow. All right, tell me more about the Emperor. This is your energy, whether you're masculine or feminine. You're being so coy, so cunning, so strategic. And maybe it's because Pluto has entered your sign earlier in the year. Uranus now, your ruling planet, moving out of stuck, stagnant, fixed energy of Taurus. No offense to Taurus is watching, but moving into a mutable sign of Gemini. Now you're ready to act on it. Now you're ready to speak. Tell me about this. One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. King of Swords. I said now you're going to be ready to speak. That's the card. That's you. That literally is you in tarot. This is Aquarian energy. Queen of Swords is technically Libra. Knight of Swords is Gemini. So when I said you're going to be ready to speak, you're going to be ready to speak. King of Swords, King of Cups, Six of Wands, Page of Swords. Just before you take the leap. So this is like, oh my God. This is like the day before you start the new job, you tell these people, this job, you're out. Just before. Once you cinch that victory, Six of Wands, that job is yours. Right before you start the next job is when you give your notice. Right before you serve this person with divorce papers, you let them know. Right before you secure the new housing, you tell your landlord you're out. You've been so patient with this Tower. You're moving towards happiness, whatever that is for you. Tower to the Sun card. I'm going to get you 3 cards of advice, but honestly, looking at this, I don't think you need it. I think you've been planning this for quite some time, but I want to get timing for you and I want to get advice. So for most of you where this message is resonating, let's get timing when this is going to happen. I've got 9 of Swords here. Within the next 9 weeks, I feel like no later than the end of Leo season, actually. Almost feeling Virgo is like the latest. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's what I'm being told. So timing here for Aquarius. Now, not every card in tarot is timing, but we'll see what we got for you. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Timing when you're going to make this announcement. Queen of Swords. Oh, my. For some of you, within the next week. I've got Gemini energy here. There's your communication. Gemini, communication. So, oh, Queen of Swords, the Magician to the Tarot, to the Tower, to the Sun card. Within the next 2.5 weeks, before we get to Leo season. For most of you, this is out of the bag. For others of you, it'll happen during Leo season. But for most of you, you're letting the cat out of the bag, so to speak, within the next 2 weeks. Let's get you 3 cards of advice here. Again, I don't think you need it. You've been playing chess the whole damn time, my friend. You've been playing chess with a poker face, no less. Because this person or these people, they don't see this coming. One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. Your advice, 8 of Swords, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords, bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. Don't even worry about it. Don't think about it. You've done what you've done. You've had your reasons. You're moving in a new direction. Stick to the facts when you communicate, whatever this is. When you disseminate this information, don't get too caught up in your head. Truth be told, you haven't given a crap about what this person or these people think about this decision to begin with. No need to trouble yourself with it now. Stick to the facts and be short, be concise. The Queen of Swords is the Queen of brevity. She can say a lot without saying a lot. So keep that in mind. Short, concise, stick to the facts, black and white, no emotions. We have no emotions here. You've got 4 cards here of sword energy. So be very cerebral. Think it out. Write it out if you have to. Like this person has a little document. You write it out. If this is you got to give notice to your job, you don't need to tell them why. They don't need to know where you're going. They don't need to know how long you've been planning to leave. Short and sweet. Here's my 1 week, 2 week, whatever notice it is that you're giving. Stick to the facts. And no one needs to know that you've been planning this in your mind for however long. For some of you, up to the last 7 months, you've been working on this. But I'm going to leave that right there. You have your reasons why you're doing this. The divine is just acknowledging this in this 7-7 portal that you're this much closer to moving towards your wish fulfillment and this much closer to announcing that move. It's just acknowledging you're on the right path here. Not much for you to do. Continue to play chess. Whoever this person or these people are, it looks like they've been playing checkers the whole time. Boy, are you about to checkmate them. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Extremely a powerful message here for you. I expected no less considering what's happening to you astrologically speaking. But that's what I have for you, my dear. That is your 7-7 portal message. If you like that message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you good luck with that. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace. Hello, Pisces. Let's take a look at your 7-7 portal message. What does Pisces need to know in this 7-7 portal? What does Pisces need to know? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Bottom of the deck, wants. What do you want? What do you want, Pisces? Tell me more about this for Pisces. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Important. Bottom of the deck, issue. There's an important issue that you need to deal with. We have betrayal and we have vision. It's going to be a message here for both timelines. Those clinging to a situation, environment, or connection that they needed to let go of, and those who already have. Tell me more about this here for Pisces. Both timelines, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Pentacles. There's something here that's been brewing for like the last year. You either haven't paid a lot of attention to it, you haven't addressed it, you haven't left whatever this is. It's going to be different for all of you. But there's an important issue for like the past 12 months that you haven't fully addressed. 5 of Wands, regarding some type of conflict, disagreement, competition, could be external to you, could be internal. It needs to be addressed. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Page of Swords, 4 of Wands, 8 of Swords, 3 of Cups, bottom of the deck, High Priestess, Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Wands. It's time to address it. You risk betraying your happiness, sabotaging your happiness if you don't address this issue. If this message is hitting home for you, you already know what I'm talking about. High Priestess to the 8 of Swords. This has been plaguing you for quite some time, whatever this issue is. There's a need here for you to address it. Page of Swords. Can't ignore it anymore. Again, whether it's external or internal. Bottom of the deck, Fool. Your new beginning is like on hold. Even for those of you where you let go, the new beginning is still a little on hold here. We've got to address this issue. So tell me more about the Page of Swords here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. There's something you don't want to look at. One more shuffle. Thank you. Whether you're clinging or not, World card. You learned the lesson already. You finished high school. You learned the lesson. But we missed something. It's like we're a credit shy of graduation. For others of you, you're considering doing another 4 years of high school. So I said this in your reading about 2 weeks ago. I'm going to make it real brief, but I have a lot of newer Piscean subscribers on the channel. So I just want to give you my interpretation of the World card. Every tarot reader sees it differently. I see the World card as the 4 fixed signs. It reminds me of like the 4 years of high school. For those of you not in America, we go to elementary school, middle school, and then we spend about from 14 to 15 years old to 18 to 19, those 4 years of our latter teen years in high school. I see this as high school. It's fixed. I got to go to the whole 4 years, right? But then it's over. I've completed the 4 years. I'm graduating. I've got my diploma. I've learned everything I had to learn from high school. The lesson is complete. I technically could decide to do another 4 years of high school, but I wouldn't glean any new information from it. I already have my high school diploma. If I do another 4 years of high school, I'm not going to leave with a doctorate or a master's. You know, it is what it is. The lesson's been complete. So there's something here. The lesson has been complete. Some of you don't want to move on from high school. You're afraid of going to trade school, college, seeing the world, getting a job, going out on your own. So it's almost like you're clinging to high school. For others of you, you graduated high school, but we're a credit shy of graduating. We don't have to do the whole 4 years over again. But there was an important issue or lesson here we missed. And we need to learn it, or we need to understand it. It's a block to happiness. It's a block to success. So for those of you clinging, you're blocking success, happiness, moving on to the new timeline, the 1111 portal. For others of you, you've already walked away from this. You've already, gleaned whatever you had to. You've walked through the 1111 portal. You're like, I'm leaving behind that situation, environment, or connection. But now you're blocked. Can't take another step forward. towards happiness here, or success, or whatever this is for you. Because we got to go back and revisit this. And it's really important that we do this. It's either really important that we let go of this, or it's really important that we understand what we learned here. Issue, betrayal, vision. We're not seeing something clearly. There's a pattern. We're not seeing a pattern clearly. So even though we've moved on from this, we have the potential here to repeat this pattern. For others of you, you're attempting to redo high school. All you're doing is replaying the same pattern. It's time to see it clearly. Tell me more. World, the Fool. When in a reading do you get World and the Fool card? Like 1% chance back to back. King of Cups. Got to see this clearly. I don't know who this person is to you. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It could be a water sign, could be a fire sign, could be a fixed sign. But I feel like this is you. You've got to see this clearly. If this is over, it's over. Your new beginning is here. You're clinging on to something you can't cling on to anymore. For others of you, you've already left behind whatever, whomever this is. And although you stood very much in your power when you did it, your progress forward is blocked. There's something we have to go back and revisit, not physically revisit, mentally. Emperor, 7 of Cups, 10 of Swords. There's something here we're not seeing clearly about the ending. So for some of you, you're not seeing that this needs to end. You're refusing. I don't know what to tell you. You're refusing. You got to figure out why that is. For others of you, you've already left this behind, but you don't quite understand why things even happen the way they happened, or you're not seeing the pattern in that ending, or maybe even your contribution to the pattern of that ending. Tell me about the 8 of Swords. This is the block. This is the block. It's like forward movement is tied up or stalled. Tell me about the 8 of Swords here for both timelines. I find it interesting how the handles of these swords, 7 of them, the betrayal, the sabotage, they all look the same, but one is red, one stands out. It's like the Ace of Swords. So there's something we're missing. So for some of you, you need to leave something behind because you're betraying yourself by staying in it. And you need to see that clearly. For others of you, you already left with whatever this was, but there's something in that ending, or in the betrayal of that ending, that you need to see clearly. Page of Cups, Tower, 6 of Swords, bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. What did you miss? Okay, what did you miss? That job that ended, or you had to walk away from it? What did you miss? That person you thought you were going to be in a relationship with forever, and it ended? What did you miss? You missed something. You missed a red flag. You saw the job as a new opportunity. You saw this person as someone sweet. You missed something. Your judgment was clouded. And you missed something. And because you missed something, you're about to repeat it. For others of you, you're about to offer this person an apology or something like that just so you could stay in this because you don't want to move on from it. You're going to be forced to move on from this. I think I said it a week or two ago. It's let go or be dragged. It's almost like you're holding the collective up. You can't do that anymore. I hate to be the tarot reader to tell you that. Look, I wish I can get on here and tell everyone, including my own placements of Gemini and Scorpio, that everything's going to be fine. Light this candle, say this saying, the job you want is going to come in tomorrow and you're going to be there till retirement. You're going to retire with a Rolex watch and, I don't know, $100 million in the bank. I wish I could tell you this relationship is going to work out and you're going to live happily ever after. Hell, I can't even tell myself that about my own relationship. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm an energy reader. I'm reading in the moment. You're holding on to something. For those of you holding on, it's about to be ripped out of your hands. There could be some betrayal that comes to the surface. It's going to break your heart, but it's going to fix your vision. So for those of you staying at a job or staying in a friendship or staying in a love connection where there's been betrayal, If you've been doing it, your person's going to find out about it. If they've been doing it, you're going to find out about it. If it's a betrayal at work, you're going to find out about it. Whether you're doing it to someone or someone's doing it to you, it's going to come out. It's like out of the mouth of babes. It's going to force you to move on from the job, the situation, the environment, the connection. For others of you, you've left this behind. And I'm proud of you for doing that. And it took a lot. I was there with you energetically, September, October, when the first wave of the Piscean collective began leaving us. But we've got to go back to the beginning of that job or the beginning of that relationship. For those of you where you've left it already, we missed something in the beginning. And now that we're like moving on and we're blocked from moving on, we don't understand. Why can't we get to happiness? I've left behind that person. I spiritually have grown. I'm emotionally balanced now, right? I listen to my intuition. Why is the wheel stuck? Why is the wheel stuck for me? Like, what is the issue here? We didn't learn this. So before we repeat it, let's figure out what it is. So yeah, for those of you holding on, something's going to come out that's going to force you to move on. It has something to do with betrayal. Whether I said, you know, like I said, you're the one doing it or the other person is, or it's the job. There's something about betrayal that comes to the surface. It's going to force you to move on from this person, place, or thing. For some of you, you're going to find out about third party or your person is, or you might find out like your job is, you know, the job you should have left, you know, 5 months ago is now advertising for your position. There's just something here. And it's almost like out of the mouth of babes. The kid says it, the kid says something about daddy's friend, or you know what I mean? There's something like that. Or your coworker doesn't know. They think you're in on your job replacing you, and they think you're going to train the new person. And they say to you, hey, I heard that they're down to 3 candidates for your position. And you're going to be like, what? There's something like that happening here. Someone very innocently is going to say something, and it's going to make you realize you're being betrayed. And for most of you, being betrayed again. And for others of you, you're doing the betrayal. And again, someone innocently is going to say something to that other party, to your boss, you know, your friends, your family member, your lover, and they're going to end the whatever this is with you. For those of you where you've moved on, we've missed something. What did we miss? You're not going to believe the card that just wants to show itself. 9 of Wands. We've missed the pattern. We've missed the pattern. What is this pattern? We missed the pattern. If you feel like you left that person, but you haven't found your new person, let's say it's romantic, I'm going to keep it simple, and you're like, I don't understand. I left that person. I've done the healing. I'm emotionally balanced. Where's this new person? The new person is literally being blocked by the divine. Like, no, Pisces. We don't want you to repeat that lesson. We don't want you to repeat that pattern. So we need to figure this out. If you're already in a connection and you feel like it's really not moving, or it feels a little stuck, it's not supposed to move faster right now. It's not supposed to move faster. You got to learn the pattern, or I say we, because I read for you. We're about to repeat it. What is the pattern here for Pisces? One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. What is the pattern? 2 of Swords, Ace of Wands, 3 of Wands. Passion. Passion. Like if this is a job, you go in blindly into it, right? 2 of Swords, you're blindfolded. The job sounds exciting. It sounds great. What is the pattern? What are we missing here if it's a job? Pentacles. Pentacles. We didn't ask about future advancement, raises, promotions, days off. How's vacation and sick time accrued? We're just going because it's a job. It sounds fun. It sounds exciting and creative. And we didn't ask about the possibility of advancement. How do we move forward? So in that respect, we get stuck in another dead-end job. Is there travel involved? We're not asking the right questions when we go to interview. If this is a partnership, we're going in for the passion. They look good. They smell good. I like the way their butt looks when they're walking away. There's something here about passion. And so I'm not really seeing this person for who they are. What do they bring to the table other than, the passion? So we can't repeat this pattern. We can't enter into, 3 of Pentacles. Oh, look at that. 3 of Pentacles, the Hermit, the 10 of Swords. We can't do that again. We've got to learn from that past lesson. You took that other job before you knew the scope of it. You bought that last house before, I don't know, you did a home or, a homeowner's inspection. Like, you know, maybe you just bought it sight unseen and then the house was full of like replete with issues. This is telling you that you can't, the pattern here for some of you, what you've exhibited in the past is you go into something looking at it very surface level, no offense. The job looks good. The house looks okay, right? The lobby of the company looks nice, looks fancy, sounds good. Where are the pentacles? Same thing if this is a person. Where are the pentacles? Are we on the same page? Do we want the same thing? Where are the pentacles? So it's like next thing you know, you're in this job, time goes by and you're like, oh my God, look, I'm the only one working on this. I thought I was going to be get promotions and advancement, raises. No, your bosses, they're just sitting there watching you. They didn't make any agreement with you. They didn't offer it and you didn't ask. So you're repeating the same pattern, employer to employer to employer. Living situation, living situation, living situation. I remember in Florida, I learned a very hard lesson. I was out on my own for a long time. I was homeless, as most of you know, from like 18 to 19 years old. I finally was able to get some money together, borrowed a little bit from my Aunt Vera, God rest her soul. Worked my butt off to make it. Found a nice couple that owned a cafe that allowed me to clean up at night when no one was there. Then I could wash up in the back room. Very nice, Mr. and Mrs. Ferber. Rest their souls as well. Anyway, when I got my first apartment, it was mine. It was like my first apartment on my own, right? I didn't ask important questions. It looked nice on the surface, but I was completely blind to the questions a tenant should ask. But it looked nice, it smelled good, it looked clean. I was excited, Ace of Wands, it was my new beginning. I was moving forward in my life. That building was replete with cockroaches. I lasted there 3 months. I couldn't handle it. They basically wallpapered over the cockroaches and made everything look nice and it smelled like, whatever, spick and span clean. And it took me about a month because I was working a lot. I had 2 jobs at that time. And it took a couple days off of work for some reason. And that's when I saw the first cockroach. I was like, oh my God, I've been here for like 3 or 4 weeks. I had no freaking idea because I'm barely here. I'm coming home for like 5 hours at night to sleep. So I learned a very valuable lesson. Not going to repeat that pattern again. Every apartment I went from there on out, I had to remember that. I didn't want to repeat that pattern. I wanted to see proof of whatever, like inspections they've done, infestations, how often do you spray? Do you have a contract for, rodent control and all that stuff? Like I got smarter, but I had to remember that because I was never going to repeat that pattern again. It took me a lot to come up with the money for that apartment. I had to break the lease, which means I lost, the remaining time. I signed a 1-year lease and 3 months in, I'm out. And they're like, guess what? You still owe us the money for the remaining balance. Like I was never going to repeat that pattern again. So there's something here like that for you where you got to look at the beginning when you enter that job or enter that relationship, or jobs, could be plural, or relationships. Did you kind of go in sight unseen because it looked good and it smelled good and it felt good and it sounded good and it was exciting, but we didn't look at the real world pentacle details of it. So that's your lesson. So you got to go back. What did I miss? So you don't repeat that in the next relationship, the next job, or the next living situation. Once you figure out what that is and you see it clearly, you've got like crystal clear vision now, this is going to move right out of the way and you're going to be able to move forward. So do your homework and figure out what that is. For others of you, I don't know why you're clinging on to something or someone that's replete with cockroaches. You can put lipstick on a pig, my love, it's still going to be a pig. I'm sorry, crosswatcher. I don't mean that like that the human being's a pig, but you know what I mean. You're not going to turn it into a pageant beauty queen or a king. So for those of you that you're holding on, you're like, oh, I'm going to try to do it again. There's something coming out here that's going to end that situation, environment, or connection for you. I'm sorry to tell you that. That's your 7-7 portal message. And for others of you, yeah, let's go back to the beginning of whatever that was. What did we miss? We missed something tangible. There's no pentacle energy here. Once you figure out what that is, now moving forward, you can clear it up, right? You can now address this. So if you're already in a connection, before you go forward and married, get married, let's say, it's just an example. I don't know why this is coming to me. You got to discuss, what are your feelings about marriage? What are your feelings about divorce? If you're at childbearing years, what are your opinions of having children? Is that something you want? You can't just rush and get married because they look good, smell good, feel good, like the ideal mate, but you're not talking about the long-term pentacle goals of the relationship or creating a family, or you know what I mean? So there's something here like that. So if you're feeling stuck and stagnant after the ending, whether you're in something new or not, the reason why it's not moving forward, it's like God doesn't want you to repeat that same mistake. So there's a need here in this 7-7 energy to figure out what that is for you and then address it accordingly, so you don't repeat it. And for others of you that you're holding on, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but something is going to come along, some pattern from the past, some betrayal here. It's going to break your heart, but it's going to fix your vision, and it's going to enable you to move forward. That's what I have for you, Pisces. That is your 7-7 portal message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.